Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 53 of Malt and Magic. We are still coming down from our anniversary episode, and I hope you all enjoyed it muchly. We certainly did. We had a lot of fun. There was a lot of things to unpack, really, today and to sort of move on from. But before we get into that, let's do my usual thank yous to Albo Rodeo, to Incarnate, to D&D Beyond, to Hero Forge, to Kassoon, 5e Magic Shop, Tabletop Audio, all of those tools making the game easier for me, better for the players, and hopefully better for you at home as well. I should also give a huge shout out to BattleBards, where we get all our sound effects and things from, and musical ambiances and backing tracks and all those good things you hear. If you want to use your own sound effects in your own home game, then go and use the code MaltandMagic as you register. Get yourselves a nice cheeky discount off them. Please go do check out the social media. We're making various updates, trying to be better with social media, trying to be, dare I say, and to make myself sound really old, more current. Just gonna let that sink in for a second. Anyway, moving on. So, if you would rather listen to us play D&D and play the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylon, rather than watch us, although the episodes are always on YouTube, you can go and check out the podcast as well. Fully up to date, goes out every Friday, following our live stream on Monday. So you can go and get that on your podcast platform of choice. If you are able to then leave any likes, reviews, subscribe, follow, all of those good things, please do. Any feedback's great. Just showing your support is awesome, and we love all of those that are already supporting us. Thank you very much. Of course, all of those details for that are on the website as well. You can also get in touch with us on the website. And yes, I think that's probably about it for the Malt and Magic side. I will say another shout out to Tales of Teal'nar as well. I still haven't caught up, but I've got lots to catch up. Please go check that out on YouTube. Great series. Samau does a fantastic job of DMing. And speaking of Samau doing fantastic jobs of DMing, I don't know if anybody managed to catch the 24-hour live stream from the place Bedford over the weekend. It was amazing. I know the recordings are going to be there. I think they'll be on YouTube. I know you can still catch stuff on Twitch as well. If you've not caught out some of those or checked out some of those games, please go and do that. I caught some of the Cyberpunk, 2 of the D&D sessions. It was epic. So well done to Samau there and all the team at the place Bedford for everything they did there. It was fantastic. Yes, I suppose the only other thing I need to mention is the continuing contest. So we gave a few giveaways last week. So some t-shirts won and the dice box. The t-shirts have been sent out now. We are working on getting the dice box posted out to the lucky winner, so that should be with you as soon as possible. We will sort that out in short time. But t-shirts are on their way. Our current contest, however, when we reach 50 followers, we will be allowing one of those followers to work with me and design an NPC character for the current campaign, for the current game. So when we hit those 50 followers, we will choose one of you. So if you're not following already, follow along on Twitch. Get your chance to have a bit of your personality in our game, and we would love to introduce your personality to our game as well. And I suppose that's it, really. So there is adult language, most certainly, and there will also, most certainly, be some adult humour. Let's roll.
Hello.
How are we all?
Yeah.
Good. All recovering. So I suppose before we get any further, happy birthday, Samau!
Happy birthday!
Yay!
That's good if I got that.
Thank you.
Hey.
Oh, it's 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. The budget's
Can
going
we all
up.
establish that Samau is actually Benjamin Button and he has actually got a year younger rather than a year older?
Yeah. The
I'm
beard
now
takes
wondering
a year
if he's shaved off all his superpowers as well, so there's not going to be any more nat 20s from Cleric tonight.
Come on, roll that metal
Probably,
dice. Show us.
There's a picture in a loft somewhere, aging, and some hours in, like Dorian Gray.
Dorian Gray, yeah. Good stuff. I am also going to be very, I don't know what's the word, vain maybe. I'm going to be very cheeky and use this platform to wish my wife a very happy 6th anniversary for yesterday. So love you lots, babe. Thank you very much.
Happy anniversary, guys.
Happy Father's Day to
The most
everyone yesterday as well.
question I need to answer with your anniversary is, did she put out?
I am not going to say anything.
I say yes. I say yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, okay. Right, shall we do a lineup on that note? If everybody doesn't know us already, I'm going to move swiftly on from my sex life. And yeah, so I am Matt. I am the Dungeon Master. I also play the NPC character or sidekick character of Bothrid, as well as all your other monsters and NPCs for these characters to interact with.
I am Danny. I play Ander Hornraven, the human rogue bard, and hopefully that won't be the last time I throw him out of his game tonight.
Hi, I'm Simao, and I play Cleric, the Cleric. I have no idea what's going to happen today, but it's going to be exciting, so let's hope.
I'm Dave. I play Dargon, the Goliath fighter warlock. And yeah, I think, well, shit went down last week, and now we've got to unpack that.
Absolutely. So doing a quick recap from last week, as I just slightly lower that just a tad. The first half of the episode was very much spent collecting Vraco's coffin, casket, making sure it was all ready to go, and then collecting Vraco, discussing with the Malt Masters, and making your way over to Moonbright. There's quite a procession, actually. There was not just yourselves and Bothrid, but the 3 remaining Malt Masters. Johannes went with you, Nathan and Thalania, which would also join later on. It very much seemed like the hierarchy, shall we say, of the Malt Masters keep, those in charge, those, all of the lieutenants, all of those part of that Malt Masters guild, Malt Masters clan if you like, made their way to pay respects to one of their fallen lieutenants and fallen friends. And the village, city even, of Moonbright very much joined in on a long parade through the city itself, led by the various priests of Cord, and I've totally forgotten what I called them last week, but I should remember this. Yeah, I'll figure that out in a bit. But basically, all of those priests in ceremonial armour, forming a guard of honour almost, led by the Archdeacon himself, who delivered not 1 but 2 speeches, finally laid Vraco to rest in a private ceremony, private only to those who were the servants of Cord, the priests of Cord. And then finally he came out and delivered the final speech, and the party, the wake if you like, began to celebrate the life of Vraco and celebrate all his good deeds, ignoring the ill fate that he succumbed to. And yeah, there was a brief encounter with a member of the Serpent's Cloak, which was very swiftly dealt with. I say dealt with, ignored. And the party sort of began to die down, and you returned to the tavern where you were staying. And in that moment, all hell, quite literally, broke loose, as a series of fiends and devils descended on Moonbright and began to attack the city and basically raze the city to the ground. The great statue of Cord disintegrated to rubble and ash. The temple of Cord blasted apart. The stained glass windows that adorned the front of it and once made it look very, very church-like, but also very regal and very resplendent, shattered and on fire. And there was a pit fiend, a number of Narzagons, and some bearded devils as well, that sort of set upon the Archdeacon. And the Malt Masters and yourselves relatively quickly dealt with all of that, but realising that the city was lost, then had to get the rest of the civilians out, get the rest of the city folk out, So you spent some time collecting them up, and the distiller then created an arcane gate long enough for those civilians and yourselves to get out. Long enough for the civilians to get out, and then, exhausted, she was collected by the Cooper, and they, using the protection of the blender in full hyena form, they exited the city and made their way back. They were basically running back up the road, the path back towards the Maltmaster's Keep, fleeing Johannes, nowhere to be seen. Thailania, Nathan, nowhere, no understanding of where they were. The Enchantress, the Archdeacon, all of those people you knew and have fought with, have interacted with, no real way of knowing where they went. And just before you two made your exit, a somewhat familiar figure, adorned in black flaming armour, riding this nightmare black steed with a mane of fire and hooves of fire and eyes of deep hellfire, turned around and said something along the lines of, "Did you think Greenflower would be the end?" And in that moment, as Dargon scrabbled forward, sword in hand, to go and deal with this new threat, Cleric, you immediately activated your word of recall, the wings enveloping around the group, your hand grabbing onto Dargon itself, and back into the Maltmaster's Keep, back to the temple. You stand in the annex of the Raven Queen now, with noise all around. There are screams, there are sobs, there is wailing, and there is chaos. What are we doing?
No! No! Bloody hell, take me back! Cleric!
Can't do that now.
No! We have to! The city was burning, they need our help! Who the hell was that?
I think this is a fight that we lose to win the war.
Ah!
Did you bring Johannes? Did he come back? Did you bring everyone?
He wasn't with us, so I only brought us.
Where the hell were the rest of them?
I don't know.
We have to check who came through the gate. We have to see if they made it back.
I thought we killed that bloody knight. That wasn't the same knight, it can't be. Surely not. If they brought him back, then fucking hell. He needs to be put down again.
I think he may have an army of hellish knights at his disposal, whoever he is.
Dargon just storms out of the temple and just, like, you know, "Argh!"
As you storm out of the temple and out into the summer air of an early summer morning, there is no silence here. It is absolute chaos. There are city folk running around, lost, confused, having just descended into this place with no clue where they are. There are various guards now, and you can see the guards of Glentuag, the guards of the Maltmaster's Keep, are encircling this group of civilians, and it pretty much fills the central courtyard of the Maltmaster's Keep itself. The camp that was there for the villagers of Greenflower, somewhat flattened, but you realise that the villagers are no longer there anyway. They have all moved on to various places and probably been resettled by this point into their various homes. There are no senior representatives of the Maltmaster's Keep here.
Is there any guard that looks senior in that respect, or would we have known in our time who that might be? Can I see them?
You know a couple of captains of the guard, and they are doing their best to control this throng of people as well as their own soldiers, but even they look a little bit lost, a little bit confused as to what to do.
We can also have a quick look around to see if there's anything that we saw in Moonbright here. Has anything followed? Is there anything here? Is it chaos just because it's chaos, or is it something else?
Make me a perception check, please.
11.
11. as far as you can tell, there are just the city folk and just the inhabitants of Glentoag and Maltmaster's Keep. There doesn't seem to be any otherworldly presence, shall we say.
So if I run up to one of the guards that I know might have, be slightly higher up in the chain. Hey,
you! Keep an eye out. If you see anything, devils, demons, anything horrible, you protect these folk. They've come from Moonbright. Moonbright is fallen. You look out for them, and you shout if you see anything. Pass it around. Now go.
Protect them, but... What?
I don't
They
give a
just came out of nowhere.
I know they came out of nowhere. The Maltmasters are still there. They're not coming back anytime soon. So you need to protect everyone here. You need to look out, and you need to put guards on all the damn time. Make sure it's doubled.
And with that sort of sense of purpose now, he snaps to attention. Yes, sir! And immediately starts running around issuing orders, and you can see the guards now turn their weapons away from the city folk, and a couple of them sort of lower and begin to try and calm the crowd down as a number of other guards rush to the ramparts, start to flood up to the walls, and fires are lit along the walls themselves, great beacons of light. You can then see out in the village as well of Glentoag, various watchfires get lit, and horns begin to blare, horns of warning, and you can hear the warning in the actual sound of the horns. There is a mass flurry of activity as a lot more guards than you realised were present in this place begin to rush out to various guard stations up on the wall. There are great ballista brought out onto the tops of the wall as well, and it looks as if this mini city, if you like, this town, is preparing to be besieged, basically. The city folk begin to calm down a little bit, and you realise that not the mayor himself, but the new aide to the mayor has stepped out and is now addressing the city folk. You can't quite hear what's being said, but it seems like the city folk themselves are beginning to calm down. Mayor Thorold, however, sorry, not Mayor Thorold, Captain Thorold is there. He would be the new aide. The mayor, however, nowhere to be seen.
I'll head back to the temple, to where Ander and Kirik and Bothrid are. As I do, I'm also just going to smack my chest and light up Armour of Agathis, just in case.
Okay.
Second level.
What now?
What's going on?
Fuck if I know, Bothrid. I think we just lost Moonbright.
What do we do?
I think we should gather our things and head north, carry on our mission. There's not much we can do here, and our powers could be used to something greater.
Yeah. I fucking hope there's something in these words. Because if all it says is we've got us four, I've got to take him down. And why don't we just rally everyone together and go now? I fucking hope it says something good.
I must admit, I am torn. Part of me obviously desperately wants to save our friends, especially Johannes. But then the actual logical part of my brain, which I don't listen to very often, but is telling me if Greenflower has fallen, the Isle of the Dead is what it is, Ironforge is what it is, Moonbright has now joined them and is decimated. We must accelerate our plans to find the prophecy, solve the mystery, and just save what's left.
Then do we head out tonight?
Yes.
Fine.
We need horses. We'll
We
be too
do.
slow on foot.
I also need to go find Mephisto. We need to get anything to help us. I don't care if he's got any more healing potions or anything. He's had a week. He may or may not have anything. I'm gonna go find out. If you've got any cash to spare, I'm gonna go find out. And then we need to go straight away.
Agreed. So have we stayed up all night then?
Well, it's middle of the night, I suppose, at
will.
the moment.
It's
We will
it's
be if we
early
don't take
hours
a
of the
rest.
morning at this point, but yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if Mephisto will be available, but
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
he's not
care
going to be
if he's close.
sleeping at this point. I'm pretty sure he's heard the racket. I don't even know where he lives, but I'm just going to go to his shop and hope he's there.
is it worth also checking the keep to see if, I don't know, the Cooper or the distiller may have anything we can liberate from their
Fuck
offices?
it. Yeah. Do you want to go there while I go to Mephisto's?
Yep. Yep. Divide and conquer. I'll try and make my way through the crowd then to the keep.
As you go, Annabelle and Mirabelle may still be there. You've just got to be honest with them and say you need anything.
I'll look after them.
Okay. So, Andy, you are going to the keep itself, into the castle. Cleric, you're...
I'll head to our house to just pick up anything that we might have left off. And
Bothrid
then
is also
we'll meet
gonna
back
head
at the
to
temple.
house. Bothrid head back to the house with you and begins to sort of pack up rations and stuff like that. So we'll say he's doing that. Dargon, you're heading to Mephisto's. So we're going to start with you, Andy. You sprint out of the temple, and as you are recognised by the guards, a couple of them shout, "What do we do now?" And you just ignore them and bolt past and begin to bang on the door. Rather than the door opening this time, you notice a small slot open up, and a pair of piercing green eyes just stare out.
It's okay, it's only me. Need supplies from the keep. It'll help keep everyone safe.
The eyes look around for a minute. Shut. You hear this as various locks undo. And then slowly the door opens a crack. And you see Mirabelle peep her head round. Eyes wide in fear.
I will say, using message, you're safe here for now. The chaos makes it seem worse than it is.
The message that comes back to you in your head. Where are the Malt Masters?
They have not yet returned. But I trust them to return. Fear not.
She has moments of hesitation, and you can see where there is a definite questioning of should she let you in to wander around without really having any say from the Malt Masters themselves. And then she sort of peeps around and looks at the city folk now, the state of this village or this town with basically set up for war and anti-siege. And she just then throws the door open and points.
So, where I'm going to go, I would like to go to the Cooper's residence, so his room, see if he's got any stuff Dargon might want. I'm going to want to go to the blender's room to see if there's anything in there for Bothrid, and the distiller's wizard tower. Not that there just might be some helpful potions or something in there that we can use, or something at least.
Do you also want to go and check out the Stillman's area at all?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, there'll be some evil stuff in there. That'd be good.
So, let me just bring up my map of Castle Maltstack, and we will have a look to see where you head. This should be staring
I'm glad I
at
got a
your
bag of
face.
holding, because I'm not going to be able to carry all this back out.
Is it me? Or has D&D Beyond changed it from equipment to inventory?
It has.
That
And
freaked
then
me
there's
out.
separate
I was like, I
tabs-
can't find
there's
it.
separate tabs for attunement, other possessions, and equipment.
Yeah, oh, but yeah, they've been there a
Indeed.
while, haven't they?
Mm,
Oh no, they were in. They were in.
usually have to
they're in
scroll all
somewhere
the way
else.
down to go to achievement.
Yeah,
So yeah, there we go.
nice.
Updates to D&D Beyond. Why not? Okay, so as you enter Castle Maltstack, you remember that as you head through the entrance, immediately to the right is the cooperage and the Cooper's office. You've spent very little time in here, but as you look around, you see there are just basically some half-made barrels and kegs, some fully formed. There's some working tools around, but not much in the way of weapons or anything like that. There is a staircase leading up, which you have never been to before, never been up, never explored.
Well, I'm about to lose my virginity and go up them stairs. My stair virginity, is that a thing?
You run up the stairs. It's a winding staircase, and it leads you up to the very top of basically this tower. One of the two towers on the front of the castle. And as you reach the top, the room itself is dark. There's no windows in here. However, as you enter the room, there is a blue glow on the floor. You can say the blue glow just sort of grows out from the centre, and there is what looks like some form of magic circle on the floor.
Oh. I don't want to step in it in case it takes me somewhere. Will I recognise it as a teleportation circle from the ones I've seen?
Make me an Arcana check, please.
13.
13. Doesn't look like any of the teleportation circles you've seen before. In fact, it's where teleportation circles are usually just direct circles with a number of runes written sort of in them. This is sort of a number of different circles. There's a larger circle, and then another one at the centre, but there's these sort of three almost orbiting circles between the outer edge and the second circle, if you get what I mean, of varying sizes.
I mean, I could go in there and get superpowers, or I'll end up dust.
Dead.
Yeah.
That is the sigil of power word kill.
I will probably have to leave that because I haven't got a fucking clue what it is, and I'm in a hurry, and I haven't got time to give in to my curiosity today.
Okay, so you bolt back down the stairs and back into the hall entrance. Where are you going? If you head straight across and up the other tower, that will take you into the wizard's tower, into the distiller's tower.
Yep. I'll go there.
Okay. You run up there. As you run upstairs, you've been in this room quite a few times. You see the teleportation circle. You see the armchair. You see the fire still lit. And there's a small table next to the armchair with a number of pieces of parchment and scrolls on there.
What are the scrolls? What are the scrolls about? Are they spell scrolls?
Maybe an investigation check, please.
Ooh. Now, 13 again.
13. You do see that some look like some form of notes around spells and stuff, and there are 3 spell scrolls laid on that table.
What are they?
I'm going to need you to make 3 Arcana checks for me, please.
1. 21.
21.
The second one is a 9. And the third one is a 25. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'll take
Okay,
that.
so you struggle to identify the second. However, the first, remembering some of the sort of arcane training you did have but have now sort of given up a little bit, you recognise that there is a scroll of earth tremor there. And the third one you recognise as a scroll of haste.
Oh, well, I'm putting them all. I'm putting them all in the bag, regardless, even though I don't know what one of them is.
Yep. Bear with me then. Okay. So you've collected the spell scrolls. Where are you going to next?
Does she? Is there no potion vials in the room or anything like that? Just the
Not
books
in
and
this
scrolls?
room, no.
Okay, I will. I don't actually know where the blender's room is.
That scroll
Stillman's
is
room.
either power word kill or the scroll of smiles. It's going to be
Conjure Elemental I'm open for because I lost that one.
or
Infinite fireballs forever.
Yes! Oh my god, if there's a fireball scroll, I'm all over that.
Okay, so you head back down the stairs. You're dashing around at this point, and you're now in sort of the main corridor. You remember roughly, if you go sort of south and head through the first door on your left, that leads you into a kitchen. If you take the right, first right turning, that then bends around to the right again and takes you into the main library. You know there is a whiskey store, and then the stairs up to the upper levels. There is the banquet hall, the smoking room, and then there's the throne room, and there is a room off to the right hand side of that corridor leading into the throne room, which you have never been in.
That's the one I'll check out then, next to the throne room, please.
So you head up to the door and go to open it. The door is locked.
Is it locked by magical means or just a normal lock?
Make me an investigation check, please.
Ooh, 14.
14. You realise there are not one but two mechanical based locks on this door.
So, I will try and pick them in order. Do I need to discern what order to do them in? Is it? Yeah. Can I try and determine if I need to do them in any particular order, please?
Make me another investigation check, please.
Oh, that was nearly a 20. 14 again.
Oh, Rogue is going proper rogue. Nice.
You realise that, or sort of as you sort of looking at this, yes, it seems there is a sequence, and if you get it wrong, you also notice there is a trigger for some sort of trap.
Of course there is. Fuck's sake.
So it's only
Right.
50-50.
I might as well just use my knock spell, and I just fucking. I ain't got time to fuck about. I will use knock, please.
Okay.
So a target that is held
Believe
shut by a
knock.
mundane lock or that is stuck or barred becomes unlocked, unstuck, or unbarred. If it object has multiple locks, only one of them is unlocked. Fuck, I should have read that. I've cast it now.
Okay, so you targeting lock 1 or lock 2?
The one I determined that I needed to do first.
You didn't. You just realised
Ow.
there was a pattern.
Fuck. Right. Do I know which one has the trap attached to it?
No, not with that roll.
Number 2 then.
Number 2. Okay, as you activate the knock spell, unlocks.
Boom. And then I'll pick the second one. I don't want to waste another spell slot.
Okay, so make me a dexterity check with advantage, please. I'm going to say for this one.
I've got my gloves of thievery, so I get to add +5 to it. Should I just use my my sleight of hand check? Should I just use that because that's already added the +5 to it? Or
Yeah,
just-
and then add your proficiency bonus on top of that.
Okay, no. Alright. So whatever this says, plus another 3. 27. No, 28.
Okay, you literally, like, eyes closed, just second lock's open. Or first lock, if you like.
And I haven't blown up. Nothing's happened.
Nothing's happened.
Is the tripwire deactivated now?
Make me an investigation check, please.
Because it's probably on the handle now, my luck. Look at me doing all these checks. 15.
The mechanical trap is disabled.
Woo! Straight in the door.
Straight in the door. Push the door open, it swings open, and it swings open, there is a and you step through.
And a landmine goes off.
As you step through, this room is dark. It is also quite dusty in here. It almost looks like there are months of dust in here.
Oh, it's just the Stillman's room.
There is a brazier in the far corner of the room that is unlit, and there are no windows in here.
Oh, but it stinks. Alright. So is there enough light for me to see what's going on?
Not at this time of day, no. And not coming from that particular corridor with no torches or anything burning.
Do I have anything to light a fire with? Is there something to light a fire with near the brazier?
I was saying the dim light that you can see, there does look like there's some sort of fire lighting equipment next to the brazier.
I will light it then so I can see what's going on. Thank you.
Okay, so you light the brazier and that illuminates the room. What you see on one side of the room next to the brazier is this very long table that basically goes from wall to wall, and on it are various what looks like potion making equipment and apparatus and various tools. You also notice there are a number of vials towards the far end, some of different colours, but there's probably 6 different vials that are all full. On the far side of the room. Okay, you're just going to put all 6 vials in your bag.
I'll figure out what they are later. I'm in a rush.
Alright. As you turn, you notice there is again an armchair and a mini library, if you like, just a series of bookshelves on the other side of the room. Make me a quick perception check, please.
21. That's better.
You notice that there are a significant number of the books missing. There are a lot of gaps.
Ooh. When I go up to the books where there's gaps, is it like, for example, Encyclopedia Britannica series 1, 2, 3 is missing, and then there's 4 and 5? Is there like anything obvious pattern like that with the missing books? Or are they is it sectioned? Does it say like astronomy section,
No.
for example? That's not helpful. Okay. Right, there's nothing else in the room. I've got the vials. I'll try and find the blender's room then.
Okay. You, running around the bottom floor, find no more rooms that look like they would be used for any of the malt masters themselves for any particular purpose. Do you want to head up to the upper levels?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you find the spiral staircase through the whiskey store and dash up, and that brings you out. You know there is then the war room with the great map of Nylin laid out on it. The doors to that are flung open, and you can see Annabelle is there stood next to the table, just hands on the back of a chair, and she looks like she's trembling slightly.
As I'm running past, I'll stop and I'll say, "Fear not, you're safe here. If you're worried for the Malt Masters, trust in them to return," and then I'll fuck off again.
She turns to you, eyes wide, still shaking, and you bugger off before she has a chance to say anything. Are you just running straight ahead to the nearest door?
Yep.
Okay. You run straight ahead to the nearest door, and as you run into it, this door is locked.
Right, so it's the blender's door. She's not going to be as much of a dick as the Stillman, but I'll still double check. It's not a trap door, it's just a locked door. Please.
Investigation check, please.
Alright. 12.
12.
I'm middle of the pack with my rolls tonight.
Again, a simple mechanical lock, but other than that you can't tell much about it.
But I believe in my abilities, that is fine, so I'll pick it.
Okay, make me another dexterity check and add your proficiency bonus, please. Or sleight hand check and add your proficiency bonus, sorry.
I rolled a natural 20, so that would be
nice. Yeah.
33.
Door swings open. This is not a room for the blender. You notice a very oversized bed, an oversized bathtub, a simple bedside table, a closed chest, and what looks like some form of wash basin or something in a corner, and there are a couple of windows in here letting in very sort of pale moonlight.
Well, I'm
On
going
the
to open the
bed.
chest up. Oh,
On the
somebody
bed
asleep.
there is a sword.
I'm having that. What
Okay,
sort of sword is
you're
it? A
just
big
gonna-
old.
It is a
Hang on.
Never
Hang on.
fucking
long
check.
sword.
Never learn. Never learn.
It's not going to be the ruby sword. I'm not going to be cursed, am I? I'll be fine. What sort? Yeah. Is it a big sword that I could actually lift? It's not like a.
It's a long sword. It doesn't look sort of oversized.
It's not a Final Fantasy sword. Watch me get
You still
cursed
picking it
here
up?
trying to fucking help everyone. And it's taking a long time. Yeah, he's dead. That's why.
Are you still picking it up?
Yeah, I've said it. I've got to commit to what I say, you know. I've said it.
You're great.
Okay.
I love you.
So you pick it up. It looks like a relatively just simple longsword. The hilt itself is quite ornate, and as you hold it, you don't feel any ill effects or any effects
Good.
itself. You're just able to pick it up.
Right. And then I'll open the chest. If there's a sword, there might be some other stuff in there. In the chest.
It's locked.
I will pick said lock, please.
Okay. Attempt to pick this padlock. Slight hand check. Proficiency bonus, please.
Luckily, I've got plus 13 and then my plus 4, 20. I rolled a 3.
20. So you shrink and open the chest. And as you open the chest, there are a number of what look like mundane items laid on top. Some garments, what look like some letters that in your hurry you don't pay much attention to. And then as you sort of scrabble down to the bottom, you do find a rather large coin purse.
Ka-ching.
So you taking that?
Yeah, stupid question.
Okay. The large coin purse itself looks like it carries around 1,000 gold pieces.
Yes. Well, happy with that. It's been worth the trip now.
Okay.
Next room then. I feel like I'm playing Crystal Maze.
Are you still investigating this chest?
Oh yeah, if there's more stuff then, yeah. I'll roll investigation.
As
20.
you dig further in, roll me an investigation check.
20. I just
20. You realise there's a false bottom to this chest.
yeah.
As you
gonna be
lift
good,
this
this.
false bottom, you see underneath there is a what looks like an iron box with the symbol of a silver or metallic dragon's head on it.
Is it openable? Is that a word?
There is a lock on it.
I've not got time for that. I'll put it in the bag and I'll be off.
Okay. I love how you just pilfer in your own stronghold here, it's fine. Okay, so you then dash out of this room, again passing Annabelle, who stood in the war room, and you turn left. There is a door immediately to your right, and there are 2 doors in a corridor to your left.
Right.
Right, so you run to this door, it is open, and you walk in, and you recognise this room. It's been a long time since you stayed in here, but this was the guest room you were given the first time you visited the Maltmaster's Keep. There is what looks like a wolfskin rug on the floor, a simple bed, an open chest, empty, a bathtub, and what looks like an adventuring rucksack in the corner.
I'll have that.
Okay.
So I lost all
as
my
you pick it up,
adventuring gear. Yep.
it is full of just basic adventuring gear, but otherwise empty.
Cool.
Okay. So you then run across to the next door and down the left-hand side of the corridor, and you open it up. Again, there's an oversized bed, 2 open chests, an empty bathtub, a bear skin rug in this one, and you remember that this is where Dargon was once taken when he first stopped in the Maltmaster's Keep as well. This was the guest room they gifted to him. You exit that room, nothing of interest in there, and you turn and come to another door. This one is locked.
Is it just locked or is it trapped? Was there a trap or mechanical?
Make me an investigation check, please.
11.
As far as you can tell, it's just locked.
I will pick it then, please.
Okay, make me the same check, please. Dexterity check, proficiency bonus.
34.
34. You almost don't even need to do anything. You just shove the lockpick in, and the lock just surrenders itself to you. However, as it does so, the lock itself buzzes, and there is a jolt of energy that shoots up your arm. You are going to take 9 points of lightning damage. That was a really shit set of rolls.
Can I uncanny dodge it?
Of course you can.
Or because my hand's in it?
Of course you can. That's what uncanny dodge is there for.
So 4.
I thought it was melee attacks.
So, oh, that's a good point, Dave. Let me check myself.
Was it just melee attacks?
Or when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, that probably doesn't fall into that category.
No, okay.
I'll take all 9, but I've got 6
good rules
temporary hit
check.
points, which are now gone. Good call, Dave. Keeping me honest.
Someone's got it.
Sabotage.
What are you on?
So
60.
if I can get away with it, I'm going to do it. But, okay.
You're on 66.
I will check that
I'm
one
on
later.
7.
So we'll say 9 for now.
2.
72. Of course, because you had the temporary.
Right.
Cool. The door itself does open. You notice, again, pale moonlight shining through a window, a bed which, there's a lot of dust again in this room, a bed which looks like it was left hurriedly, 2 chests which lie open, a bathtub, a wall full of bookshelves which lie empty, and a desk where there is parchment, a spilled inkwell spilled over this parchment over the desk, a long burnt out candle stub as well, just a stub of wax in there on the table as well. There's not much else in this room, but you can make me an investigation check if you really want to look further.
I'll do an investigation check just in case. If not, I'll be out of there. 18.
You have a quick look around. Something tells you to look under the bed, and as you look under the bed, you see 2 vials of red liquid just rolling around, sort of under the bed as you disturb it. Okay.
This has been worth the trip. I hope the others aren't waiting for me.
They're all doing their own stuff. We're just getting through you first. Okay. You've got, as you run back out this corridor, you come to the final sort of 2 corridors of this floor, and the final floor. There is a door far to the right. There is then the door to the private library, which you remember, and then there is another door just round to the left.
The one down the corridor, because it's far away, it looks like it would lead to a bedroomy type thing, so I'll go to that one as a guesstimate.
Okay, so you come round the walls of what was your guest room, the door next to the private library. So where the private library was sort of ahead of you, there was this door just on the right. You're going through that one. Cool.
You said there was one at the end of a corridor, right?
Yeah, this is sort of a corridor off to the right, and then you've got this corridor off ahead of you where there is just a door in the middle of the wall on the left. So you head to this one. This door is also locked.
Yeah. I will check to see if it's trapped.
Investigation check, please.
Ooh, 21, that's better.
21. You detect no traps.
I shall pick it then, please, my friend, with a natural 20 again. 37.
20. Just open the door. As you open the door, immediately you are hit by the smell of vegetation. Like, it almost smells like a pine forest in this room. And there is pale moonlight shining in, and as you look round the corner, this room is a lot smaller than the other quarters you've been in of the Maltmasters so far. There are 2 beds in here, 2 single beds, each with chests next to them, a single bathtub, and then the room is just covered in various plants and flowers and things all over the place.
I will go to the first chest and attempt to open it, please.
Okay, it is locked.
I will pick the shit out of that, hopefully, with the 20.
You will indeed. You open up, take the padlock up and open the chest. This is filled with a number of what look like rather revealing dresses and outfits. There's some very long boots, look like they'd be almost thigh-high boots, very tall heels on them. There's some jewellery in here. Not much else. It just looks like a lot of outfits. You find some obvious lacy underwear in there as well. Yeah.
Right, there, you've said jewels, right? No, there's not time
Jewelry.
for that. I will just... No, I respect Lilith, but I will take one of her dresses, because there might be a good disguise later on.
I swear you were going to say underwear then. I was like, you know...
No, I'm not going to sniff her pants, I'm not a pervert.
You just started like...
So you
Oh.
pull out
I'm
this
taking...
purple silk dress and
Yeah.
sort of just stuff it into the bag of holding.
Noise
I'm
panel.
thinking disguise self later on with a nice dress, that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, whatever you want to do on a Friday night, mate.
Or I'm just going to put it on later and have a wank. Either way, it's a win-win.
I'm so sorry, Twitch.
The next chest, please. Come on, let's move this along. Let's not get smutty.
Okay, so you head along to the next chest, having stuffed this purple silk dress into your bag. This is also locked.
Right, let me roll a magnificent 36.
Fucking hell. Before you even got to the chest just almost, like in fear, just opens.
Yeah.
No, you get your thieves' tools out, padlock off, open it straight out, start rifling through. Again, there looks like just more mundane items, some travelling clothes, looks like a travelling cloak. There is a what looks like a broken walking stick in here, and a smaller coin purse than the one you found previously, but another coin purse. Looks like it holds about 500 gold pieces, this one.
Oh, you see, now I stole that other coin purse, but Vraco's dead, so that doesn't matter.
You said that was Vraco's quarters.
It had the silver dragon box in it, didn't it? Oh
Yeah,
no, that's the Coopers.
I was about to say it's a platinum dragon, that is.
Right, well, oh, fuck me. Actually, I've come full circle. He needs to go to Mephisto, so I'm going to take everything valuable. I'll take the coin purse and I'll take the jewels. They'll forgive me later.
So you take the coin purse and the jewellery. I'm going to say in total there, you get the 500 gold pieces from the coin purse, and there's probably a good 200, 300 gold's worth of jewellery.
I'll say 300, Matt, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh.
Roll me
It's all in the
investigation check,
great
please.
good, you understand? I'm not doing it because I'm under, I'm doing it for the great good of Nylon. 19.
Again, you find a false bottom
Yes.
to this chest. and inside you find this circular leather container, and on top of this one there is what looks like a woven circle with, and it's sort of embossed onto it, this woven circle with flowers onto it, and it looks like the beginning of a shaft or something that would extend down, because it's just this small circular leather pouch. You don't see the full symbol itself. Make me a religion check, please.
Ooh. 10.
You're not familiar with this particular symbol.
I'll stick
I'm
it in
gonna
the
say
bag
you bag that.
nonetheless. Yep.
Okay. I'll say then you dash out of what is quite clearly the Blenders and Lilith's quarters and head to the final door. This door, as you look at it, you see no keyholes. But it is
I
locked.
will cast knock on it again.
Okay. For this, I am going to need...
So if it's an arcane lock, the spell is suppressed for 10 minutes.
What level are you casting
Oh.
knock at?
It's a second level spell.
So you're casting at second level. I'm going to need you to
Apparently-
make me...
A 300-foot audible knock can be heard, so there's people in the middle of
Yeah.
the courtyard going, "What the fuck is that?" Thinking a
Yeah,
dragon's gonna
basically,
shoot.
Annabelle, Mirabelle in this castle are just sort of... Mirabelle keeps running to the front door and back. I'm going to need you to make me a charisma check, please.
Just straight charisma.
Just straight charisma, please.
Oh,
Sorry, what's your
fucking hell.
spellcasting
It's not
ability? It is... You're using your bardic spells,
Charisma.
aren't you? Yeah,
Aye,
so charisma.
aye.
Okay.
bad. I don't have any other spells apart from bardic spells.
No, that's fine.
21.
21, okay. You use the knock spell and you feel some magical resistance, and there is this just gentle sound, and the door itself swings slowly open. As you look inside this room, one of the largest quarters that you've walked into, you see a double bed, a plush armchair in front of what looks like a vanity table, sort of mirror vanity table, a curtain which covers the bathtub, right in the centre of the room, you can't miss it, there is this huge circle of what looks like panelled wood and gold inlay, and various coloured orbs placed around the edge.
There's still his room in it.
There is again a chest in this room.
Can I check if the room was locked with magic? Can I check the type of lock that is potentially on this chest, please?
Yes, make me an Arcana check, please.
Oh, fuck's sake. 15.
15. It is another magical lock. You see no padlock as sorts, but when you go to try and lift the lid, it is sealed shut.
I have used all my second level spell slots. And knock doesn't show up in my third level spells. Cock and balls. Right. How am I going to open this?
You can waste a higher level, can't you?
Yeah, you can
It
still
doesn't
burn a
show
high
as
level
an
spell
option.
slot to cast the second
It doesn't
level.
show as an option.
It doesn't
but
matter.
because it doesn't do any more. But you can waste a
Because
higher
it doesn't
level
scale up. You can still use a spell slot to cast the second level spell.
Alright then, I'll do that. Cast knock.
Okay, you cast in knock again. Make me a charisma check.
Because I've got the ringer counter spell, but I can only do that as a reaction. If a creature is casting a spell, so I can't use that. So yeah, I'll
Yep.
cast knock again, please.
charisma check, please.
I'm sorry. Be a good one, be a good one, be a good one. 6.
6. You cast the knock spell and the sounds. There is a small glow to the chest, but nothing happens.
Well, that's that out of the way. I bet there's something cool in there as well. I will then... I've been in everywhere. I've got loads of stuff. I will run back towards Mephisto's now.
Okay, so you dash out, and as you dash out, Annabella's sort of calmed down a little bit, and as you're about to head down the stairs, she shouts, "Ander!"
Sorry, yes. I've been running around like a lunatic.
Taken whatever belongs to them. Bring it back. I'll try and make them understand.
I'm using it in the fight for good. I'm sure they will understand.
I know. She then walks up to you,
telling the truth.
places a gentle kiss on your cheek, a very friendly kiss, I should mind out. Almost the kiss of just somebody who cares for you, sending you on your way. Be safe.
Don't worry, I'll see you again soon.
Down the stairs, out the door. While all this has been happening, Dargon, you make your way to Mephisto's, and the door itself is shut.
I'll bang heavily on the door. Mephisto, are you in there?
And again, rather than the door opening this time, there is a peephole of sort opens up. Dargon?
Yeah, it's me.
Bloody hell's happening?
Shit hit the wall. Big time. Moonbright fell. Demons, devils, fucking everything.
Shit.
The Malt Masters are there.
Door unlocks. Door opens up. Come. In. And as you enter, he then closes the door and locks it again. We heard the screams, but, well, didn't quite know what was going on then.
Yeah, I think one of the
Malt Masters would sort it.
well, one of the Malt all the Malt Masters, none of them are here. They all stayed there, but they got the city goers, city people, sent them here.
What about the lieutenants?
All the lieutenants stayed. We managed to make it back because we have got to keep going. It was a hard decision to leave.
Oh shit. I get there's something you want to talk about, but you do realise that puts you in charge, right?
Yeah, which is why
the other boys.
I spoke to the guard, made sure they're going to look after everyone here, and as much as I know that it means that we're also leaving them
You're leaving?
Yes, we have to. We have to. You and the guard have to look after this keep. No one else can go on our trip. No one else.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, Mephisto. I know it's shite.
Well, without a recognised leader, I mean, I could try, but someone needs to lead. I'm a shopkeeper.
No, I understand
swindler
that,
at best, let's be fair.
I understand. Look, is there anything that you can build, help, make? Can you prepare? Can you protect the walls? Can you do anything else to keep this a safer place? I don't want you to lead. I don't want you to look after them. I will see if anyone came from Moonbright who has the stones to look after this place. But I just need you to help them and for you to help us. Anything you've got, anything that will help us.
I'll do what I can for the town. Like, there's various enchantments I can probably work on, but for you, well, when are you leaving? Do we have time to make something, or?
I really wish that we could stay, but I think we have got to go real fast. I want to clear you out of anything helpful, and I will dump my entire coin cache with you if I bloody well have to.
Let me go see what I can get you.
Anything you think will
And
be
he
helpful.
disappears. And you see as he walks back, rather this time than just going himself, he grabs a small cart, almost like a trolley, swings it in front of him and just begins to push it as he's sort of trotting away. And you can hear various sort of clangs and stuff going on. And probably around 20 minutes later, he returns.
If it takes 20 minutes,
sweat.
I go outside, light a cigar, and just stand at the door.
Cool. So as he comes back round, and you've sort of unlocked the door and opened it, he sort of goes, if you mind, I was trying to keep that locked.
Sorry, I needed a cigar. Didn't want to do it in your shop. Sorry. I stub it out and walk back
Sure
in.
he did. Speaking of that, here. And he throws you another... Looks like a leather pouch, and there's around 12 cigars in there.
Amazing.
You'll probably need them. Look, I've grabbed what I can. There's some cheaper items in here. There's some more expensive. Look, I get the pressure. I can't just give this away.
I know you're a businessman, mate. I know.
But for tonight, everything's 50%.
You're a true gentleman.
Okay. So he pulls out what looks like two pikes. A pike rather. A Mourning star. There is a shield. A quiver of crossbow bolts. There is a small roundish vial with a small little bottle top of deep red liquid.
Do I need to be writing all this down, by the way?
Aye.
It depends what you want. So I will say he pulls out various potions. There's some armor items. There's some scrolls. There is a staff, some studded leather armor, and what looks like a whip. So what do you want? What type of item do you want to look at first? Do you want to look at weapons, armor, or magic?
I'll look. In fact, then hang on a minute. Bloop. Bear with. I'll cast detect magic. First level at will.
Okay, as you cast detect magic, this whole table is just going to light up like a fucking rainbow.
Fine. I just wanted to check which ones were, normal and not magical.
Oh, there's various magical items mixed in around the whole bunch.
Fine.
In fact, I think everything on this table is a magic item.
Fine. I'll look at the studded leather armor.
Mhm.
I'll pick it up. Be like, Commander, use this. Is it any good?
Well, it's one of those resistant types. I made this some months ago. In fact, it was Andy who gave me the idea. Acid resistance.
Acid. Right.
Acid.
Okay. Pull that to one side. I'll think about it. The Mourning star.
Yes. It's imbued with some magic, not anything spectacular. It just
helps you
gives
hit
a bit
better,
of a
yeah?
bonus.
Yeah.
Helps you hit better. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, put that to the side as well, yeah. What was the other weapon?
Well,
Stuff
we
and
have
pike.
this pike.
Do we want a pike?
There's a pike, very much like the Mourning Star. There's these bolts, again, very much like the Mourning Star, just give you a little bit of help. This shield, well, I don't know, you already have one. I know Cleric already has one, but this one is particularly adept at, well, if you're set on by any archers, it's quite handy in those sorts of encounters, if you like.
Right. Okay. What else are we looking at here? I don't know if we need the quiver of the crossbow
That's
bolts.
fine. We'll put them away, put them back into the trolley.
Unless
And
you've
look,
got a
I've
crossbow,
these-
that is.
I've got a simple crossbow.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Anders favouring his other bow. We can chime up if you want anything, by the way, guys.
I'm good.
Do I want a crossbow?
Do you want acid resistance armour?
Slow me down, wouldn't it?
He holds up then this, what looked like, almost looks like a pair of glasses, but as you look, you see the lenses are made of like crystal. And he sort of looks at them and says, "Yeah, okay, they help you see things."
What things?
Well,
Fuck it, I'll have them.
put them aside.
What's that potion? That small round potion?
Yes, I sold you one of these before. That's an elixir of health.
Fuck me, I'm having it.
Yep, because I lost mine.
Yeah, I do remember giving that one to you, or you bought it. So we'll have that one. We're having the goggles of awesomeness. We'll find out what they do later.
He shows you what looks like a scimitar, but the scimitar itself, as he moves the blade shines with a sort of almost a red effect, and he sort of then holds it, whispers a word, and bursts into flame.
I know someone who lost one of them. Do you know what? I'm going to say that I'll get it and hope he wants it.
Okay.
So I'm going to go for the potion, the goggles, the awesome flamey sword, and I'm going to go for. Just tell me how much
He
these.
also then
Yeah.
he shows you what looks like some half plate armor and some scale mail armor. And as he holds them up, this half plate was once belonged to a sailor, funnily enough. So yeah, apparently helped him swim,
Right.
despite it being quite heavy.
You know, I fucking hope that we don't have to go anywhere near water in our occasion.
Okay, we'll put that one away. This scale mail, again, resistant type. This one is for aiding against poison.
Okay. Just out of interest, I'm wearing the biggest fucking armour you've got, right?
Yes.
Very well. I
Okay,
don't know.
we'll put that away.
What I will say is, just before we go, I will send the other guys if they do want it, but I don't think they want it.
Okay, and then look, I've got. You cleared me out all of my, well, almost of all my potions of healing.
Yeah,
I've got
no,
one left, and then I've got a potion of. Well, this one, superior healing, and then one supreme as well. Whoever designed these was not very original with the names.
I will have both of them if I can afford them.
Okay.
And have you got
Will
anything
I have
that?
with my extra money at this point?
Yeah,
I
we
will
for about 20
say
minutes.
that it's been about half an hour at this point. You are probably just about finished up at the castle, having dashed around various rooms and rifled through stuff. So I'll say you're on your way back at this point.
Okay.
The only thing left now is this staff and the staff, the whip, and various scrolls. And Mephisto just looks at you and says, "Spell scrolls. Use them if you can. It's entirely up to you."
Well, look, how about we go for the three potions: healing and elixir of health, the sword, the goggles, and after that, I'll tell you how much money I've got left, and we'll buy as many scrolls off you as we can, and we'll go from there. What I will also
The
say
goggles.
is, in the meantime, because I know you probably don't have them, because you're showing me nearly everything. If we make it home, can you try and get anything for me that will allow me to have an advantage or a greater ability to hit someone, or to always do damage with a sword. Anything like that will increase my chances. If you can make it, I hope I'll have the coin.
Whisper in either specific item, because I think you've got a specific item in mind there.
I will do.
And we'll discuss.
Yeah.
Okay, so potions. There was a potion of greater healing in there as well. Sorry, I missed that one. So that's that.
Might be skint for the first time.
2, 5. So
You could turn up with some coin.
well, you didn't want the armor, and you didn't want the Mourning Star that you've looked at, and nothing else out of the list so far.
Nope. 3
Okay,
potions,
quick
1
maths.
goggle and a sword.
3 potions. It'll be 4 potions now.
Oh,
because
4
the potion of
potions,
greater
another
healing
one.
as well.
Well, amazing.
That's fine. So let's do some quick maths. And he sort of adds it up. Let's call that an even 5,000.
Let's just try and work this
And
out.
that's half price.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck it, I can do it. That will be, work it out, guys. I've got 4,500, and then I've got 6,000 silver, which means I'll need to use 5,000 silver to do the other 500 gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
D&D Beyond should tell you how much total in gold you've got.
5,000.
At the
There you go.
top of your currency.
Yeah, 5,189. So
Okay, so you were left
Boom.
with 189 gold
yeah,
as you hand over the
Hand that
5,000,
over.
and he sort of hands over the items, and at that point, Andy, you come sprinting in. Cleric, was there anything specific you were going back to pick up and collect?
Nope.
Nope. So I'll say you go back. You've probably only taken 20 minutes between yourselves and Bothrid has done some quick preparation of meals and run out to his special garden in the back, grabbed various herbs and started to bundle up rations and stuff. Bothrid is packing like you're going to be away for a while, not knowing what's going on. He's just ramming it in his rucksack at this point. He's got his book. He grabs his book of various animals. And yeah, the two of you also head back to Mephisto's. And I'll say you... In fact, no, you weren't meeting at Mephisto's. You head back to the temple. That's where you said you'd meet, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So the two of you head back to the temple. You're waiting at the temple as Andy, you come sprinting around the corner with a load of extra stuff in your new bag of holding.
I've got money. Do you need money?
I'm good. I paid for it. Look, you don't want this leather armor, mate, do you? You've already got some, haven't you?
It's studded leather armor, I should say. Acid
Studded.
resistance.
Yeah. Do you want it?
Studded leather armor with a resistance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep,
You want it?
I'll take it.
Oh, and I've got you this sword,
3,000
mate.
for that.
And I'll hand him the fiery sword.
Yeah. So that is a flame tongue scimitar.
There you go, mate.
Woo! Getting all my stuff back.
And I have some silver left, and that's it.
Cool.
I've stolen so you're alright.
So, Andrew, as you look in, you can see there's been some discarded items in this trolley now, but there's a number of spell scrolls on there. There is this staff still on there. Mephisto sort of hands over the studded leather armor. It's 3,000 for that. We'll just call it 3.
And what about the scrolls?
Well, there's various different scrolls in there.
How much for them all?
Quick maths.
Fuck, my equipment list is getting mad now.
Right, I need to add a elixir of healing, was it? How the hell do you spell elixir?
Elixir of health, I think it is.
Oh, of health, sorry.
For all of these scrolls, there's some quite strong ones here.
Okay.
I'd have to say another 3,500, and that's with the discount.
So altogether,
I can't go any lower.
Altogether, that's 6,500. Yeah.
Yes.
Sold.
Okay.
So I'll
We'll
hand
deal
him.
with that in the break.
That'll include the 300 of jewels. I've got platinum and all. So I'll just delete
Yep.
it all from the thing.
What
You just
health?
literally spaff in all your cash.
I've got 6,500. That leaves me with like 800 quid.
Okay, cool. No worries. So you hand that over. He just literally, you open your bag of hold and he starts throwing the scrolls in for you, and then hands you the armor.
What potions of healing have I got?
You have one greater, one normal, one superior, and one supreme.
Sorry, hang on a minute. I'm just trying to find them in. So let me. Write them
Sorry,
down.
a greater, a superior, a supreme. You didn't take the normal one.
Yeah.
And then the elixir of health.
Yeah, I'll put that one in. So potion of healing. One of each. Greater, superior, supreme. Amazing. There you go. Oh, and what are the goggles? Do I need to type what they are? Or should I just write it?
They are eyes of minute seeing.
Fucking hell.
So uncommon item.
Okay.
I didn't even check what the studded leather armor was. What was the resistance?
It's studded armor of acid resistance. Studded leather
Nice.
armor of resistance, and it's acid resistance. So yeah.
Have a bit of that.
You don't have to. You don't have to do this, but so I'll ask Mephisto to describe what the goggles are now that I bought them, and then I will probably then hand them to Ander, going, "I think you want these."
Okay. So you hand them over, having described how they work and how they help you to see and sort of those sorts of things. And then he says, "Look, boys. There's not much else. Not in here. It's hopefully this will help you on your journey."
Yeah, that's very kind. I remember asking you for
I'll do
something.
what I can here.
I remember asking you for something before. I know you won't have had time to make it again. I will. I hope you can get both of them sorted by the time we come back. If we come back, thank you again. Do what you can for this place, and I will go find someone to take charge. They will come find you and tell you.
Okay. Boys, don't die.
I fucking don't want to. That was horrible last time I did.
I'm not promising anything.
Yeah, I want to spend more at your shop, mate. When it's a little less dire.
Let me change that. If you're going to die, take whatever arsehole has caused all this with you.
I will.
Drag them to the deepest, darkest pit of death and hell, or wherever they're going.
I'll do that.
We'll go down swinging. Don't you worry about that.
Very well. Get out of my shop. I have work to do, apparently.
You have indeed. Mephisto, keep safe. See you.
How many undetermined spell scrolls did I buy? I just chucked my money out, then I had 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. In addition to the 3 you already have.
I've got 10 yet to be determined spell scrolls, including the one from the Montmaster's Keep.
Danny, you can add the eyes of minute whatever it is seeing.
Yeah, goggles in my
They are in the equipment list.
So while we're sorting that out of game, the two of you now rush back over to the temple with various items, and you can see Cleric and Bothrid both there, both ready to go, both dressed, ready to leave.
Are we going then?
Yeah, it's gonna be a long road. Oh, Bothrid, you're good at finding food when we're out. Yeah, we can.
Mood. made plenty rations, but
Amazing.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Bothrid. That'll be one shit show to die of starvation while we're out there. Thank you for doing that. Yes, Cleric. I think we're ready. I've got as much as I can. I cleared Mephisto out. And what did you get? Did you manage to get anything?
What didn't I get? I found a longsword. I found a leather pouch from the blender's room. I'm hoping it'll be helpful to Bothrid, and I will give that to Bothrid. I
Just
then
sort of looks at it.
hopefully I then found 8 vials of yet to be determined origin. Hopefully they'll be helpful. Poison, healing, it doesn't matter. I found some coin, which is what I've just used to purchase more stuff. Obviously I will repay the Malt Masters with action rather than giving them their coin back, so obviously I've just spent it. What else did I find? I found an iron box with a silver dragon on it. I haven't opened it yet, but it's obviously the Coopers, that could have something useful in it. And that's it.
As Ender's talking, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to try and cast Divine Intervention.
Okay.
Because why not?
Go for it.
Because Samal loves the curveball, mother trucker!
68.
68.
It wasn't even 69.
You reach out, and while you can connect out to that familiar feeling of the Raven Queen, there is nothing to say she is going to step in right now and step in help.
Cool.
You bastard. Right, scratch that. In the haste, I wouldn't have given Bothrid the pouch. I would have just told him everything I had, and I'll worry about that later.
That's fine. So you've got it.
Yeah, right. Cleric, I know, I'm sorry. Let's go. And sorry for barking at you back then. Just difficult to leave.
It's alright.
I am happy to walk right now.
Yep. I think that's what we're doing. And
We can't get horses from
I think
anywhere.
They're going to slow us down. Let's just walk. Let's just go.
Okay.
Road north goes past Moonbright, doesn't it?
Oh, hang on. Right, yeah, it's a good shout. Right, here we go. I'll dig into the bag of holding and I'll pull the map out. It might do, Bothrid, if we follow the road, but I think we need to stay away from the roads. I know that's dangerous normally, but I think it's now less dangerous than the roads. So, as I try to actually pull out the map like a twat. There we go. Press that again.
You are currently in the Malt Master's Keep. Moonbright itself is fallen.
So, over here is Moonbright. We would usually go straight from Moonbright up to Mountaineer, up here to the mountains, above the mountains, which I can't show you at the moment, but it's up there, and then we go west.
Is there a reason why we can't just go north from here?
We've already cleared the Iscalion, so there should be safe passage through there.
We could. I believe we were told that if we tried to go north, the mountains will be perilous. I'm pretty good in the mountains, guys, but I can only look after myself. I'm happy to risk it, and we could try. If we fail, if it's dangerous, we can then walk along the mountain peak and along. Do you want to do that?
Not to distract everybody, but while Dargon's explaining this, I'm taking off my old armour and putting on my new studded leather one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Surely we can go up to the ruins of Iscalion and either cut across the forest, or we may have to go around the forest to then Mountaineer. I feel if we go near Moonbright, we're going to get sucked in to the vacuum of.
I think we keep
evil.
the forest between us and Moonbright. I think you're right. That's a good shout. Maybe we follow the mountain range and then head east. We don't know whether Eastvale or Mountaineer might even start being overtaken. But yeah, we can maybe let's try and keep out of their way. I think that's a great idea, Cleric.
And remembering how long it took last time, camping or making camp for the night inside the forest might be the safest, because we know there is evil Mount parading up north. If they're coming from the sky, I'm thinking dragons. They're not going to see us in the forest if we camp there for the night.
Yeah, I suppose if we want cover, well, do we either go along the mountain range and hope for caves and over, like gaps in the mountain, or, like you say, camp on the edge of the forest? What's your preference?
I think we're going to have to judge it as we're going.
Yeah, whatever we find.
Yeah.
If we do go past the ruins, I say we skirt the outside of the ruins and see if anyone's there again. I don't, not to like loot or anything, just I'm really interested to know if someone's gone back.
Sure. We can do that.
Fine.
We're going our way, I guess.
Oh, guys, just before we go, I'm sorry to hold you back. When I was at Mephisto's, he mentioned we're now in charge here. And if we're leaving, no one's in charge. I think I saw the head of the guard at Moonbright. Do you remember, Cleric? You won't remember him very well. Ander. He was the guy who helped us when we helped the mayor. I think I need to go and make a very quick call to him and say that we're leaving him in temporary charge. Otherwise, no one's in charge here, and we could be coming back to a shit show.
Mm-hmm. If Grellan has already left, he is the most logical next choice.
I think he's probably got enough to look after with the Griefar folk. I think they've left. I think they've gone down to their own bit, so they need to stay here. The guard I met, they're okay, but they still need leadership.
Sense. The residents of Glentwag will probably they'll know what to do. It's the Moonbright citizens who need a leadership figure, and they recognise him as leadership already, so it makes sense.
It's a good shout. So I'm sorry to delay us, guys, but we can't do anything rash here that's gonna fuck everyone up. And I know that I say that from the man who wants to stay and fight. Do you want to come with, or shall I meet you at the gate? I say the gate, but is there not a back way out of this keep? Shall we go out that way?
There is, because when we teleported in, we into the cave behind the keep, didn't we?
I think so.
So we could go out that way.
Fine. Well, we need to head that way anyway. You guys come with me. Let's find the head of the guard.
Sure.
We'll
Okay.
Go find him.
So you exit out of the temple, and you can see now there is a muted noise now. The cacophony of before is gone. The city folk are now sort of seated on the floor. There's been firewood and stuff sort of brought out and lit for them to at least get warm while things get sorted out. And a few what look like barrels of ale, but there's also water being brought and some food. You can see there's a steady stream of sort of villagers now coming over from sort of through the gatehouse, being checked as they come in, and then allowed to sort of bring food and items to the city folk. Some people are bringing sort of cloaks and furs as such. Not that it's a cold morning, it's still a warmish summer morning even at this altitude, and it is early hours of the morning at this point. You can see some of them have just given into exhaustion, have sort of collapsed to sleep. What few Moonbright guards there are, not the acolytes, if you like, of Cord, the attendants of Cord, but Captain Thorold's men and women. There's probably around 10 or so of them. They have formed a rudimentary perimeter around the city folk, so the people of Moonbright, and Captain Thorold is in deep discussions already with what looks like one of the captains of the Maltmaster's Keep Guard, that militia here. As you then approach the two of them, and they're in deep discussion. It sounds like they're having some sort of tactical discussion, but also discussing where to place the people of the city. Is there rooms inside the village itself? Do we keep them inside the keep? Those sorts of things. And the captain is just sorry, not the captain, the leader of the senior soldier of the Maltmaster's Guard is just sort of babbling. I don't know whether it's no, we have no leaders. It's us, and well, Christ, you outrank me if you like. I don't know what to do, honestly.
Can I interject, gentlemen, Captain?
Please, sir. Yes.
I
This captain wants to know where the city folk go, and
yeah, Captain.
I defer to you.
This is a shitstorm. I can't believe we didn't get everyone out. The Maltmasters stayed on in an attempt to try and quell what was going on there. In their stead, it seems that we are suddenly dropped into the fact that basically we're in charge here. However, we've got to go. And therefore, Captain, I do want to leave you in charge. And I know that's a great responsibility, but someone has to keep an eye on this place. And I hope you're up to the task.
Sorry, Dargon, you want me to lead not only the folk of Moonbright, but you want me to step in and...
I need you to be a siege captain.
You want to lead the...
Purely a siege captain. This is temporary. If you have anyone else that you know...
Turns to the sort of the senior soldier, senior ranking soldier. If your men will follow, I can lead. But I need no questions asked.
I'll turn to the other leader and I'll say, and I'll also chime in and say, I know this man very well and he helped us out greatly. He can be trusted. On my life.
That's all I need. Captain.
Like I said to the guard here, Captain, we need round-the-clock guard doubled. Your men, these men, checking it all the time. That also means we need people walking through the village, keeping an eye on the perimeter, and making sure that if anything goes up, you get them all into the keep, or as many in as possible. There may not be enough room, so you need to barricade some other places and make sure that they are available as bunkers for people to get into them. This Nylin is under siege. You have to make sure that these people stay safe. There is also someone down in the fields down called Grellan. He will look after the folk of Greenflower, but you have to also just keep an eye on them, try and get a message to them, anything. You need to collect all of those people. Have you got that? Have you understood that?
We'll coordinate.
Good.
I will go speak to this Grellan. You, soldier, there must be some sort of safe space should anything go on. And then the soldier turns to us and says, yes, sir. It'll be the Arcane Burrow, sir.
Fuck me, that sounds posh.
It's fail-safe. Only in dire need. It was, well...
We're in dire need,
escape route for the Maltmasters. But if shit comes to shovel, sir, we can fit the whole town in there.
Then you'll have to do that.
It's basically a mine.
Brilliant. Captain, at the
Thorold
moment...
at this point turns around and says, Dargon, you've said enough. I've got it from here.
Good.
On you go, sir.
We've got to go. We will try and get you a message if we need to. Other than that, fucking hell, what house are we at? House 3, 5? I can't remember. 3. Captain, house 3, down that way. Use it. It's ours. We won't need it for a while. Okay?
If it's all the same to you, don't think I'll be sleeping for a while.
I'm sure you won't be, but when you
Right then, men.
It was more to the point of if you need a war room or anything else like that, that's a secondary option if you can't get into the keep. Now then, one last thing. Go and talk to Mephisto in the morning, and he will start sorting out some arcane stuff to keep you protected in here. He will be your ally. He will try and swindle you out of coin, and he's a good man. I've got to go.
What's that? Farewell.
And you.
Farewell.
Stay alive.
And then he turns. Men! Step 2. Orders. And he literally starts barking out orders, and you see the guards of Glen Tuag, or the guards of the Mockmaster's Keep. There is almost... They go into that robotic military mode where they've got orders now, they've got a purpose, there's no more who's in charge, what do we do. They're out, they're to it. You also now see what look like a number of tents start to be brought out by a number of guards, and they are stood up. There is a large tent and a table brought in, and you can see it is the map from the war room of the Mockmaster's Keep is brought out and placed into this tent. And it looks like they are now setting up a full war council in the middle of the courtyard here. As you then turn and head towards the gatehouse, the soldiers, the guards that are there, salute you as you exit. And as you exit out into the village, there's a couple sort of people run up. You can't leave. We need you. We need you here. You must protect us.
We have made sure that everything is as safe as it can be. We are going to be looking after the whole of Nylin, not just this place. Captain Thoreau, he is the man to speak to. You're under good supervision. You have to follow everything he says. You're going to be fine.
And there's a couple of mutters of, I don't trust nobody from Moonbright.
Doesn't matter where they're
generally,
from.
they
Doesn't matter. You have to make sure that you stick together. Everyone here now. Okay?
Sorry.
You'll all be
And
okay.
you guys make your way. As you shout at that point, the actual villagers of Glen Tuag just move away from you. Nobody comes near you at this point. You are just... The four of you are almost jogging at this point out of the village. And I think that is where we will take a short break.
Hello.
Heyo!
And we're back.
Welcome back. Hope everybody's got themselves a whiskey or drink of choice. And we shall settle in for the second half. So, you have all just exited the Mockmaster's Keep. Actually, before we get into that, shout out to everybody who's watching, because I should do this more often. Just want to say we love you all. Thank you very much for joining with us. I have dropped a note into the chat to say, again, reiterate that point about the contest, the NPC contest. So when we reach 50 followers, if you're one of those 50 followers, there is a chance you could win the chance to create an NPC with me and have that NPC feature in our game. So don't miss out. Be sure to follow along. But thank you all for supporting us thus far. And we'd love to see you all. Yeah, so let's get back into the game. So having just exited out of the main gate of the Mockmaster's Keep itself, and you sort of enter into the town of Glen Tuag, and there is the main road that then winds down the mountains and would head out down the mountains
was that
Moonbright.
actually a sort of a gate or a secret passage out the back that we know of, out of the actual keep, not the main gate?
The only gate you knew of led you into that place where you originally teleported into, and then threw up all over the place.
But that's more inside the keep, is it?
That is just outside the keep in the mountains itself. That, now you've heard the name Arcane Burrow, that would make sense as to what that is.
Okay.
So that is effectively an enclosed final standing point, if you like, but that is just there's no exit out of there as far as you're aware.
Okay, yeah. Remembering that, then we would go out the main gates. Yeah.
Cool. So you go out the main gate, you head into the village, and then there is the main road that leads down, but you also see there are some gaps between the houses and between the sort of angled farmland on these on these hills and these mountainsides. But you can see the mountains that go up beyond to the north, and I'm assuming that's the way you wish to head.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to need some survival checks, please, to see if you can find a path that is at least passable.
They call me Captain Survival.
Are we all doing this?
18.
17.
12.
It's not bad,
Let's
is it?
roll for Bothrid. Let's make it complete.
Here comes Bothrid. With
Use
a
the wrong dice, that's
22.
Idiot.
25, actually.
Oh, I drew
So I'll say
it. Go
between
for it.
Cleric and Bothrid, you, in the sort of dim light of morning, and the sun is very much rising at this point, it being summer, the days being shorter, you find this rudimentary path. It's not a physical sort of man-made path. It's not a road, but it's almost like a goat pass through the mountains, if you like. If you're familiar with hiking through the mountains in England, at least, finding a goat pass. It's probably only enough to get one person wide as you follow it, and I'm going to need a marching order, please.
Second.
Do you want me to
Second.
go first as Captain Scout? Or yeah.
I'm going to take the rear.
But then again, it's the mountains, so Dargon knows the mountains. But I
yeah.
feel like I'm good at nature checks and survival checks now.
Okay, so we'll say Ander up front, Cleric, Bothrid, Dargon.
Yeah.
Yeah? That work? Cool. So you begin to head up this this mountain pass. And it's hard going. The adrenaline begins to wear off. And you now start to feel the tiredness set in. You've been up for almost a full day and night cycle now. Yeah, the pace slows a little bit as you begin to weave your way along this very craggy
Nice.
mountain. Was a very nice sound effect in there. I did enjoy that. The mountains are just pure rock at this point. There's very little in terms of trees or grasses. There's sort of some mosses and maybe some heathers, those sorts of things, but it's not the easiest of journeys and quite hard underfoot. As the sun begins to rise, there is a very faint mist that begins to develop now at the altitude, with the dew and the condensation of the night rising, and the pace begins to slow even more as you sort of struggle within the mist to really find your footing and find the area to walk on and find the path. I am going to say, Ander, roll me another survival check, please.
That was nearly a 1. 21.
21. As the mist sets in, you sort of redouble your efforts at maintaining the path and making sure you stay on this goat pass, basically. And you manage to find it again, and you now you're almost crouched down a little bit, just keeping your eyes on it and following it along. And we'll say you travel for probably 3 or 4 hours. You stop and have a short rest for an hour, take on some rations, wanting to put as much distance as you can before you absolutely need to fall asleep. I'm going to say at this point everybody is currently on at least 1 point of exhaustion, if you haven't already got points of exhaustion.
Can we put a short rest through?
You can put a short rest through?
Yeah.
They won't stop the exhaustion, but Dargon loves one. He loves a short rest to me.
He does love
Fight
short
a warlock,
rest.
mate. Fight a warlock.
Get him some spell slots back. And I'll say you sort of explore the surroundings a little bit, and there's nothing really of note. And as you're looking around, you find a rock which kind of looks like a baby dragon, just in the way it's sort of been formed. But it's nothing special. It's literally just a rock that's been formed in that way. And you sort of probably chip a few pieces off to try and make it look even more like a baby dragon. But other than that, your rest passes, and you continue on.
Just after the short,
what do you want to do?
Just after the short rest, I'll just cast 4th level Aid on Dargon and then myself.
Nice.
Okay.
So it's plus 15.
That's the modifier, isn't it? Not temporary.
Yep, that's the total. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at that bad boy.
Ooh-wee.
And you also heal
7 out and
up. You also heal those 15 points. So
Yeah, nice. So what are you on, Cleric?
121.
Oh, 121.
I'm on 90.
90.
Still can't break 100 with.
Look at them numbers.
I know, it's impossible. I would never get there.
Yeah, but also you can evade nearly every dexterity saving
It's
throw.
true.
You know, the thing if you have to.
Which I now have disadvantage on because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, that's a good point. I need to put my exhaustion on.
Non-saving throws, I don't think. Just ability checks.
No, yeah,
Oh,
you're
no,
right.
ability
Yeah.
checks. Touche. Yeah.
Yeah, when you get into battle, you're okay, so to speak.
Yeah.
Depends what we're battling, I suppose. If it's a mountain goat, we'll be alright.
So you continue on.
Yep.
Maybe.
Mm.
Guys, this stupid question. This is the quickest way, isn't it? Like, we couldn't, like... Where the fuck is Ethereal, by the way? Couldn't he help us get somewhere? We haven't seen him in a while. And, I know you don't want to waste anything important, but should we not tell the Malt Masters, if they're fucking alive, what we've done in as few words as possible?
Can't really do that today.
I should say,
I would have to rest.
do not waste anything. Just at some point.
I say if we walk for another couple of hours, perhaps until the middle of the day, and then we lay down. We can travel through the evening.
I'm kind of in favour of us moving in the dark.
Could Azazel scout ahead and potentially see if this mountain pass either opens up, or we could find a place to properly rest later on?
Sure. I'll let him scat around while we're heading. Are we still heading down the mountain pass, or just along flat ground now?
No, it's you're actually sort of starting to what looks like head up a little bit, actually.
I'll let him scat around. If I actually look through him, then I need to like hold on to you guys to know where I'm walking, and that's not very good on the mountain path. It's alright on flat ground.
If we are heading up the mountain path, do we actually want to do that, or do we want to come off the mountain pass and move along the mountains but not up the mountains?
High ground's always good. I'm up here. If you guys aren't, say so.
Okay. Well, I suppose we know
Happy
what's happening here, scouting for us. So all I'm worried about is,
Fucking hope it's not zapping here.
yeah, exactly. But you know, Zaze will be able to tell us that
Yeah. I will.
when she gets eaten.
I will summon Azazel and ask to keep an eye out ahead, above, and to come back to us if he sees anything.
Okay. Alright, I am just throwing shit together. Cool. So you, Azazel comes up and sort of flies forward, and with Azazel's eyes, the path is somewhat easier to navigate as you then move on for the next sort of few hours or so. The warmth of summer air is seemingly beginning to disappear now. There is certainly a lot more of a chill to the air, shall we say. It's not cold as such, but it's cool. And Azazel continues to sort of fly ahead, and you follow the mountain pass along. Anda, make me a perception check. Dargon, make me a perception check using Azazel, please.
So that's with
Azazel,
disadvantage.
perception check.
Yeah, it will be.
13.
13.
I'm sure I have a... Do I not have... is it just advantage? Oh no, there we go. There's also a skill. Yeah. That is... With advantage, 22 with Azazel.
22. Okay. And you are just following the path at this point. Azazel, however, looks ahead and can see what looks like a lot of disturbed rocks and boulders, seemingly just strewn about on what looks like it could be some sort of plateau. And it's a plateau in the mountain, and sort of there are further cliffs and further rises of the mountain that sort of spread out ahead. But Zazel also sees a couple of shadows seemingly move.
Some of the
They're
shadows
quite big
move.
from his height. They just from where he is. They're more like shadows than actual things at this
Right,
point.
okay, yeah. Yeah. And I get a sense of that from how far away he is here. Like, not far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, there's something down there. Big, I think. Can you see something? I don't know what it
couldn't
was.
see anything.
Azazel, could you get closer?
And as you say that, telepathically, Azazel sort of swoops down a little bit further, as far as he can. Whatever things had moved seemingly seem or have now moved on their way. Make me another perception check with Azazel, please.
Oh, 24.
Okay. Desperately trying to sort stuff. So try and rearrange tabs. There are 4 hunched over figures. Say hunched over. They're sort of in a circle. And even though they are hunched over, they are big. Like Azazel can tell they are big. Doesn't dare get too close. But the way the path currently goes, they are sat or sort of crouched on the path itself. And Azazel can probably hear, not that you can hear what Azazel hears, but Azazel would hear sort of crunching and ripping and tearing and squelching. And then as he looks, there is just this stained blood red bit of fur, maybe pelt of sorts, just lands a couple of feet away from them.
So if Azazel comes back and describes that, if he can.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't
fucking
describe it, but you'd obviously have
Telepathically
known.
understands it, I think. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, just 4 massive fucking creatures down there eating some carcass or something. Looks like our path is going to go straight through them. So...
We knew it wasn't going to be easy.
Yeah, I mean, I said the roads weren't going to be easy, but... Well, sorry, you know what I meant. Fuck it. Tired.
We can either head down or we can try and talk to them. Do they seem like the type that would like to talk?
No idea. Azazel didn't want to get too close. I'm happy to...
There's no way to find out.
Yeah. What do you want to do, Cleric? Avoid or straight through?
We can try and go straight through. I don't know how useful I'll be if things go south, but...
We'll use diplomacy then.
Always works well for us.
Yeah. Azazel, stay away from them, but keep a perimeter around them as we go near. If we get away, follow us. I think I should go first, guys. Maybe...
I agree with that.
If I get a look of them, I may know of them, may be able to talk to them, and at least I don't look quite as much like a toothpick as the rest of you guys to the 2 massive creatures as these may be. Wish me luck.
Should I be offended by that? I'll let it slide.
You come up to my navel, mate.
And would you be able to even make... Would you be able to even make Dargon slightly larger than he is?
Used all my spell slots.
That's true. I don't know
I've got
that because you used that for Nox.
I've got first level spell slots left, so I've literally got no. Unfortunately, I'll need to rest and recuperate some power to be able to do that.
Fair enough.
To sustain it.
I can always, if things go south, make myself a tad bigger.
That's true.
Grr.
Let's go.
Right then.
I like how we voted for diplomacy and let Captain Hit It go first.
I was thinking that Anders should probably go first, but oh well.
No. I'll go with it.
You can if you like. You can if you like.
Now I want to see Dargon be diplomatic. It'd be funny.
Little fart's going to eke out, I'm sure.
It might even be Goliath, you never know.
Head forward, and as the 4 of you very cautiously approach with Dargon in front, hearing you, these 4 huge giant-like figures stand and turn, and you notice that each one of them has a single eye in this very mushed up face with these fangs, and they each hold these huge great clubs. But you can see them almost squinting as you're sort of far away, and then as you get a little bit closer their eyes widen a little bit. Remind me of the languages you all speak.
Common, giant and undercommon, and do I recognise these creatures?
Abyssal, common, orc, sylvan.
Abyssal, elvish, sylvan, obviously common.
I think I know Abyssal because we all know it from the what's it, don't we?
Yeah.
Thinking about.
Yeah, I need to add that.
So.
Bothrid. Okay, so Dargon, you would be the only one that would understand how they speak. However, you were trying to do what? Sorry. You were trying to understand if you recognise these creatures.
Yeah.
Make me a nature check with advantage, please.
Cool.
Could I also try to identify them?
Nature
You
check.
can make me a nature check for me. Just straight nature check.
12. Not
Okay,
great.
I'll join the gang. Disadvantage, everybody, we're exhausted.
That's true.
That's a normal roll then.
13.
13 for me
13?
too. 2 3s I rolled.
12 again.
12. Let's do Bothrid as well, just for the hell of it.
Good for keeping us I'll tell you that.
Bothrid got a natural 20 and a natural 1.
Oh,
I mean, that is literally both ends of the spectrum.
Beautiful.
oh,
By
That was
definition.
quite literally both ends of the spectrum.
oh.
So I will say the three of you, Dargon, you recognise these creatures. You've seen them before. The other two, you've heard of these creatures before. They are cyclops or cyclopses, however you want to say that.
Mike Wazowski.
I'm sure they're going to be as tender as my Lozowski.
Put that thing back from where it came from, so help me, so help me.
Also help me.
You forgot your paperwork.
I'm watching you, my
Always
always watching.
I put the reservation under Googly Bear. Yeah.
You should have met him Cyclopses. It's gone.
It's gone to
Oh dear.
Derailing.
Sorry, did you say that we've heard them speak yet?
You were. We were just getting there.
Yeah. I love the fact that we're giving Matt time to roll an encounter, by the way. I just,
Of course.
It was actually time to knock up the quickest map I've ever done in my life.
Oh, so it's going to go well then. We've already established it's going to go well because Matt's done a
Well,
battle
it's
map.
just in case you're trying to parlay with creatures.
It's true.
So
true.
as you get closer, Dargon, you would hear, and the other two, you just hear this sort of. Dargon, you understand them to sort of be saying one turn to the other. More food. That one looks like he got a bit of meat. I hit him on the head, and then we have him. The rest we can use for toothpicks.
I'll reply. Sorry, boys, just passing through today. We did see some meat
And
back there,
Dargon
though.
literally. Dargon comes forward with and speaks out in giant, and you just hear this.
I've heard Dargon speak like
Bothrid's
this.
there. Bothrid whispers to Under. Is he in pain?
I think he's got an aneurysm. I don't know if he's okay.
Talking about, I can fucking hear you two, you know.
Okay.
So, yeah. Sorry, boys, we're just passing through today. There was some meat back up there, though. Freshly killed. You can always go up there. We slaughtered some bits, left them there. So if you let us pass, you can go have it.
Dargon, roll me a history check, please.
Okay. That'll be a 12 again. Jesus Christ. With my plus ones. Yeah.
Okay. You know that sometimes people are able to negotiate with creatures and monsters. You, however, for the life of you, cannot remember what would interest a Cyclops.
That's why I've talked about food. Not got a clue.
So, I'm going to say to the rest of you, each of you roll me history check. In fact, Ander and Kirik, because you were the only other two that recognise these creatures, roll me a history check, please. Each.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh, 18 with disadvantage. Have some of that.
Natural 1.
Roll a natural 20 there. That is a history. That's a 10.
Okay, so Ander, somewhere in your mind, the cogs are whirring, neurons are firing, and thoughts are connecting, and memories are connecting, and you remember reading somewhere that sometimes to get giant-like creatures on your side and not to have them smash you straight away, sometimes they will take offerings or a trade in sorts, almost like a toll. And you know that treasure stolen from a rival giant is often a way to persuade giants in your path to allow you to pass.
So snooze not going to work then. Okay. Oh, fucking hell. How am I going to do my really good persuasion checks if I can't understand what I'm saying and Dargon's translating?
What could go wrong?
Okay, I will.
So,
step
Dargon,
forward.
so while that's all going on, Dargon, as you've been sort of explaining about food, well, we're not hungry. We've just eaten lots of goats, yummy goats. Although you look like a tasty morsel.
Oh, if you're full, then surely you may be... Do you know what's something else? Or do you not want the food? Surely you can use it later on. Trust me, guys. We're not any good.
Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage, please.
10.
10. I think I might just bash this one on the head. He's got shiny items.
Guys, it's not going well. It's not going well.
We must offer them a trade. Ask them if they speak common. I'll speak to them. I've got an idea.
Do you understand this bloke here, or do you only understand me?
This mulin? No.
Yeah, that'll be a no, Ander. Yeah, no.
Right. Okay. Just translate for me.
Fucking quick.
Try and sound convincing. I'll
I
pull
always
out
do.
the longsword that I got from the Cooper's room. You know, the one with the posh hilt. I will hold it up and I'll say, "We won this dagger in battle from a giant." Obviously, it'd be smaller, wouldn't it?
We won this dagger in a battle from a giant.
We are willing to trade this trophy of victory with you for safe passage, and you can tell everybody you yourself won this in battle.
Fucking hell, what did you just say? Shit. We won this this sword in a champions fighting ring against some dragons. Some giants. And we would like to give it to you.
As a trade.
As a trade. To let us
for
pass.
our safe passage.
Yeah.
And roll me a persuasion check, please.
If I'm helping him, can he have a straight roll?
No, you are not getting advantage from that. No.
You can't roll less than a 10 anyway.
Oh, true.
Even with disadvantage, that is very true.
Even with disadvantage, yeah.
Minimum 21 or whatever it is.
23.
Sure.
Somehow, throughout all that, there is then the sort of one of the others turns. Well, it looks like a nice little pig sticker. Skin the goats well.
And where did you get that?
Could I have in? I want it.
Cooper's
I'll take it.
bedroom.
Yeah, you can have it. Yeah, and give him just I don't know, just hand it here. I'll pass it over. Just give it over, and I'll like hand it.
Are they gonna let
It's just
us
a normal
pass?
sword with a posh hilt. It's not magical.
Yeah, so I'm handing it sort of handle towards them. I'm like, you'll get this if we can get past. Yeah.
I bloody hope so, anyway.
And one of the slightly smaller of the four sort of jumps forward. I'll have it. He sort of rushes forward, but one of the bigger ones sort of places a hand on his head, pulls him back. No, I'm talking. It's mine. He sort of steps forward, and then the little one smacks him on the leg with the great club. Oi! I want it. You had to go. I want it. My turn. And the big one at this one just turns around and with the great club just smacks the smaller one.
They're negotiating.
Just stuns it
seems to be
slightly.
going well.
The force of that actually shakes the mountainside slightly.
I would also
No.
say, get ready to run. Yeah.
You give me that little sword,
Yeah.
dagger.
Yeah. All yours, mate. Here you go.
What else you got?
Fucking hell, what else have we got, guys?
Tell them that
What
if
else have we
they
got?
tell them if they don't let us pass, that their tallest one will disappear by the rage of the Raven Queen.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's not diplomatic.
Well, we've already
We
given
don't
you
have the time
something.
for diplomacy.
We've already given you something. If you don't let us past, you, Biggin, is apparently going to be at the disgrace of a god and going to disappear. So, please have your pig sticker and let us pass.
Roll me an intimidation check, please.
Is anyone helping me?
Don't speak giant.
Fuck. Ooh, I've got a +5. I've never intimidated anyone. This is crazy. Look at that. Oh, fucking hell. It's with disadvantage. And I rolled a natural 20. Fuck's sake. What was that other one? Cocking 9, so that's
And then you
14.
tell me.
Natural 20 and a 9.
I believe in no gods. Don't you threaten me, you little shit.
Cleric, you're up.
I'll cast banishment on him.
I will cast Armor of Agathis on myself if we get a chance.
So, is there a save to that?
That is a charisma save, I believe.
Ooh, charisma. I'm sure they're going to be charisma as fuck.
That's my charisma check.
7.
He's gone.
He's got the sword as well. I could have took that back.
The one with the sword does disappear.
I'll just say to the other guys, we have a minute.
So, I warned you. You going to let us pass? Or the rest of you want to go with him?
Make me an intimidation check with advantage, please.
So that's a normal roll.
Yeah, the 20 out, Dave. Come on.
Roll well.
It's not bad. It's a 17. Because it was a single roll.
Two of them shrink back a little.
Wait.
One of them, however, steps forward. That was my brother. Bring him back. Now.
Nope. And I will cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
You've already cast
Okay.
armor.
Oh, fine. I've already cast that. Fine. Time's up, boys.
Bring
Let's go.
him back. Smacks the ground. Roll initiative.
Yes.
Somebody
how-
wanted to start a fight.
Oh, shit. That.
You've got advantage, haven't you?
I don't because I'm not tuned to it anymore.
You're not tuned to it. Are these at disadvantage? Is this a check?
You're exhausted, aren't you?
Technically, it is a check.
Is there?
Well, I can roll much lower.
Fucking hell! Another natural 20 and a fucking hell! Jesus Christ, this is crazy.
He gets a 7.
He gets a 7. I got a 12. And
I got an amazing roll of 24.
holy moly! A disadvantage.
A disadvantage.
Jesus.
Oh, disadvantage.
Could you
Yeah.
get advantage?
Initiative.
Yeah.
It's not an ability. It's not an ability check.
It is still technically.
It is technically a
It is.
dexterity
Let me
check.
roll again then. I'll roll again. 19.
19.
Okay.
Cleric? What did
I
Cleric
got
get?
3.
3, nice. Nice, that's what we like to see.
Okay.
How far into my minute am I? My question.
Oh, shit.
A couple of seconds, like.
Okay, cool.
I'll say you're
1, 2 rounds?
barely into it.
Cool.
So I'll say yeah, you're probably a round into it. You've got 9 rounds before.
A round into it, so it's 9 rounds left. Check.
Yeah, 9 rounds left. So I have sent a link to the map. I just
Yep.
need to populate your tokens on there. I apologise for the quality of the map. This was thrown together very
Oh, this is
hastily.
amazing. Look at this bad boy.
It's no good.
Look at this. Beauty. In fact, I just need to
Sound
also
there.
switch this off as well.
Cleric's there.
There we go.
There's Bothrid. Bothrid just there.
Can't have a fight not on a birthday stream.
Of
I mean, it's
course.
almost-
Happy
if
birthday,
Cleric-
Samal.
It's almost as if Cleric picked a fight.
It is. It
Isn't
is.
it?
I do like that though. That was like, yeah, that was sweet.
Bored now. See ya.
They're not gonna let us pass.
They might have
Lost the
done.
sword now. Luckily, it wasn't magical.
He'll be back.
I was about to say you're about to get it back, hopefully.
Good stuff. So
Otherwise, campaign ends to
starting-
fucking to 4 3 guys.
as this one Cyclops smashes this great club down on the floor, Ander, you are first up.
Which one smashed the floor?
B.
I will cast Dissonant Whispers on B. So we have to make a
Okay,
wisdom
that needs to
saving
be
throw, please.
Wisdom saving throw. That is a 0.
Awesome. So you take 3d6 psychic damage, which is 12 psychic damage, and then you must go as far away from me as you can.
What do these whispers say?
Cataracts, cataracts, cataracts.
And that's an immediate reaction, isn't it?
Yeah. So they got one eye, you can't afford a cataract.
So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, squeeze through there, 25, 30 up to there. It sort of lumbers. Cool.
And then
Hey,
as
isn't there?
a bonus
Dargon.
action,
Sorry, yep, carry on.
I will use unsettling words. So then to letter C, so that I use a 1 use of my bardic inspiration die, and they must subtract 1d8 from the next saving throw before the start of my next turn.
Okay. Let's just drop a note in here.
And the unsettling words are, your mum's a troll.
Just make a your mum a joke.
Why not? The mums
Okay.
aren't trolls, so that's not a factually correct thing, is it? Thought it would be really
Unsettling
unsettling.
words. Do they need to understand the language for that to work?
Don't be telling me that. As a bonus action, you can
And
expend
actually,
one
that
use
goes
of your
the
bardic
same for
inspiration
Dissonant Whispers.
and choose one creature you can see. It just says for unsettling words. For Dissonant Whispers... Oh no.
That's fine. No, Dissonant Whispers
No.
is fine, because it's magic.
It just has to be able to hear
Then
me. And with unsettling words, it just has to be within range. It doesn't have to understand what I'm saying. I could have said anything then. I could have just said Capri Sun and it wouldn't have mattered.
it's fine.
You pretty much did to him.
So just remember the number that it needs to subtract from its next saving throw. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah. That is it. Thank you.
Okay. B now. That's it for B. There's nothing else happens after Dissonant Whispers. It's just moved as far away as possible.
Yeah. And it took
And
the
that's
damage.
Dissonant Whispers done. And it took the damage. That's fine.
Yeah.
As B turns around, it sort of squints. Picks up a rock and is going to throw that towards Dargon. That is going to be a disadvantage. These new sanguine dice sound disgusting. That is a 13 to hit.
No.
So you can see it sort of squinting and launches this rock, and it just lands down next to Dargon and sort of thuds down next to you. It is then going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now I can see you a bit better. Bothrid is... well, Bothrid's going to rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, have I got to go?
Yes, sorry, you did have your go. No, what? How did I skip you totally?
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
you
I
did,
did.
yeah.
My bad. Totally skipped you. Onto your go.
Cool.
So that has just happened. We'll say that happened concurrently anyway. That was
Cool.
my bad.
That's all right.
Got a little bit excited.
I shall look at B walking forwards and be like, hey, you should always pick on something your own size. And I will use a bonus action to turn into a werebear, hybrid werebear.
Nice.
Where the fuck did I put that token?
So we now have to go with my armor class of it was 16, I believe.
Why is that not?
Maybe just a bigger icon if you like.
I've got the token though.
It's here somewhere. Promise.
There it is. Got it.
Hey! Look at that.
Hide that one. And then because you become large, don't you?
Large, yes.
That's a very good point.
Large.
I think I need to increase some sizes here.
Ah.
On them, yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Now I'm really glad I did this.
Are they huge?
Ah, yo.
They are huge.
Ho, 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 ho.
That is my bad. So.
Let's look at that.
So yeah, They are big motherfuckers.
Big mother truckers.
So you say that, and B just sort of... More food.
And I shall then move 5, 10, 15. And I will not have my shield out. I will... do you know what? I'm not getting anything out. I'm going to use my claws.
Okay.
So I shall roll. Yes, claw, and yeah, roll with the first one.
Remember their disadvantage.
No, they're not.
No, is it just ability checks?
Just ability
checks.
Yeah. When we get into combat, we should be okay.
No, mate.
So that is a 21 to hit for the first one.
21 is going to hit.
And the second one is a natural 1.
Okay, so 1 hit, please.
So that is... Oh, no, I didn't hit on the second time. So that was 19 points of... no, it's not. Sorry, I rolled the wrong ones. I rolled the wrong ones. Sorry, ignore me. I rolled d10s.
Okay.
Oh, that's horrible. That is 8 points of slashing damage.
Slashing damage.
Yeah.
As you just step up with these one claw, you just scratch across its stomach, and then the second one just comes in, and the sort of the Cyclops just steps to the side and dodges out of the way. Anything else on your turn?
If it's a free action to take out my sword, I'll do that.
Okay, yeah.
Timir's Wrath.
That's fine.
And that was a bonus action, movement, and action, so I'm good.
That's you done. Okay, C is then just gonna lumber forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to step next to Dargon in werebear form, and is going to try and hit you twice with a great club. First one's going to swing for a natural 1 down to the side. Second one comes in across for a 14, and you just duck out of the way.
They're so big.
D is then going to step forward. He's then going to pick up a rock and he's going to throw it at you, Dargon.
Sorry.
Better.
Sorry, hang on. New thing. That was C, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, ignore me. Carry on. I have something I can do, but I'm not
D
going to
is
do
going
it.
to throw a rock and hit you.
Yep.
With a 27.
Yeah.
So as this rock flies through the air and just plummets into you, you're going to take 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's quite a lot.
Hang on.
Just-
Hang on. Let's just double check. No, it's a melee attack, so he didn't hit, but I will...
Ranged weapon attack, actually.
It is. However, it does give me 10 temporary hit points, which is used up. Does that mean that then Armor of Pythagoras goes away? I believe it does.
Yes.
So that's down to 20. And I will use my reaction of Stone's Endurance to reduce that again.
Okay.
By 14. So that's down to 6 damage.
Okay, so that will be 16 points of damage.
Yeah, but I've already
30.
reduced it by 10 because of my temporary hit points from Armor of
Yeah,
Pythagoras.
sorry.
So 6 points of damage.
Not bad.
Yes.
So that was a proper whack. And I'm down to... Yeah,
As
cool.
it hits, there's just this crack of ice as the armor just disintegrates, and then you can see the bare form of Dargon just sort of take it as the stone cracks around his face. That is going to be D's go. Mr. Gravetusk, birthday boy, what are we doing?
I will. First things first. I'm going to focus on my holy symbol, and there's going to be kind of like like ethereal white mask that's going to fall on Kirik's face as I cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to go there.
Okay, so you dart around and get in the middle of them.
Yep. And Sanctuary, I will look towards Ander and then give him a wink, and I'll open my hand towards C and I'll cast Path to the Grave on him.
To the grave, that is a...
That is just next attack, double damage.
Ah, yeah, okay.
That will be on C. That's my action, and that's my bonus action, that's my movement, so that's everything I can do.
Good stuff. Cool. So then, as this just sort of blackish, it's almost like just a shimmer in the air. This black shimmer just sort of floats from Kirik's hand and surrounds C. So you barely notice it whatsoever. Andy, you are then up.
I lost sound for a second there, but I didn't miss my opportunity for them to use the 1d8 to remove from any saving throws, did I?
No.
Okay.
Nobody's had to make a saving throw yet.
Well, that's now lost because it's my turn again.
C has got Path to the
Okay.
Grave, I don't know if you heard that.
No, I
After the
didn't.
grave on it. So, vulnerable.
Yeah,
Oh.
Kirik moved in, gave you a wink, and cast Path to the Grave on C.
Thank you. I did miss that because all I could see was your mouths moving and I lost, so I reconnected. Cool. So I
Sorry.
will then use Steady Aim as my bonus action to get advantage on my hunting bow attack. So I will draw an arrow.
Ander just in this moment takes the bow out, draws the arrow.
Come on, balls. 28 to hit, which is, I mean, it's still good, but it's not a natural 20.
Balls. You can't say balls to a 28.
I was
Low
hoping
roll,
for a
low
natural
roll.
20, obs. Okay, so that is
Arrow flies
11.
true.
piercing and I'm aiming for his
Oh,
eyeball, and then 16 sneak attack damage.
So that's all doubled, yes?
All of that is, yeah.
That's 54 points of damage.
I should.
54
I'm
points of
sorry, I didn't
damage.
click the critical button.
No, that's cool. As this arrow, I'm going to say, strikes in just below the single eye of this Cyclops. Sort of just above its nose, just below the eye. And there is just this yow in giant, which to the rest of you just comes out as anything else on your turn, sir?
I can't do anything else because I can't move. So you steady aim. So that is me.
Okay. The werebear.
Amazing. So I'm just double checking. Did Bothrid have his go?
Yes. No, Bothrid raged. We totally missed that.
Right.
He raged and then did nothing else.
Matthew.
It's my bad. I get too distracted with other stuff going on. I think Dargon did sort of interrupt me.
I did interrupt you
second,
during
but
his,
that's
but
okay.
it's just to have my go, and then I
Did I
forgot to.
fire any arrows last week? I feel like I may not have deducted any. I was really shit in the fight last week, wasn't I?
Did up 2.
I think
So
you
you fired
definitely,
4 and got 2 back.
I think you definitely shot some arrows.
5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I could say Bothrid, Raging, and of course, Reckless Attack with the double-bladed quarterstaff. Gets advantage. Gets a 17, so it's going to hit with the first one.
Good, we hit on a 17.
Gets
That
a
is good.
26 with a second, so they're both going to hit. Okay, so let's roll 1 damage. 13 plus 8, 21, and then we're going to use no, we're not going to use bonus action because we're already done, so that's going to be 28 points of slashing damage to B. Bothrid just roars, runs up, pulls the double-bladed quarterstaff from him, and as he runs up, slides on his knees, comes down at one of the ankles, stands up, spins the blade, slices down at the top of the thigh, and just roars in a hobgoblin way in the basically sort of the crotch of this Cyclops, because let's be fair, Bothrid's Cyclops. And that will be Bothrid's go on the previous turn. Then we are round to B, who is now going to get advantage on attacks against Bothrid. So it's going to make 2 great club attacks.
Is B after under?
Yes.
Cool.
No, B is after you.
Cool. Can I have a go?
Yes, you can. I thought you'd already gone.
Yeah,
Stop confusing me.
Dave gets inspiration for keeping track of the account. Because I ain't got a fucking clue what's going on.
I got so totally lost. Dave threw me off the first one.
Oh, no, sorry.
Bothrid's first go, and then fucking put me back on track now.
Right, 22 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
With Timiel's Wrath, this is. And so
Okay.
that is 14 points of slashing damage. And I assume these aren't
Slashing
fiends.
No, they're giants.
And yeah, fuck it, let's not do anything special yet. Another one again. Ooh, that's bad. 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, thank God for that. Which is that is 11 points of slashing damage.
11 points of slashing damage as you.
I'm guessing that was
just
for,
begins to drip.
I'm guessing that was to B or
B,
C.
yeah.
B. Yeah, cool. Okay.
That was to B because Path to the Grave is now gone anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I wasn't thinking of doing that anyway.
I'm assuming that was to B, or did you do 1 attack on B, 1 attack on C? Right, cool. Both
No,
to B. B is now bloodied.
All to B, yeah, and then I will shout towards Cleric.
Whose go is it next?
Cleric, take him down. And I will, as I say that, I will give you some temporary HP.
Nice.
And I can't remember what my... Is it D8s? I'm sure they're D8s. Sorry, hang on. I'm still new to my superiority shite. They are D8s.
D10 hit?
No, it's D8, unfortunately. So, sorry, just grab it while I go. And Cleric, you get 7 temporary hit points.
Thanks very much.
That's my go.
That you go. Okay, so now B is going to smack Bothrid. The first one with a 22 to hit, so that's going to hit. We're going to roll for the second one as well because it's at advantage.
Oh, Bothrid's not within
That's
5
a
feet of me.
23 to hit.
Oh no,
Bothrid's
it doesn't
not.
have to be.
So
Just
both
needs to be
those are
another
gonna
creature
hit.
that it attacks. But,
Sentinel!
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'll let you do what you're doing first.
Well, what's Sentinel going to do?
Just shouting.
Oh, Sentinel, I'll use my reaction to use a melee attack against the creature that's attacking, so I'll attack B.
Right, okay, no worries. So, both of those are going to hit. Neither of them were a natural 20, so that is going to be... 14 plus 21, so 25, 35 points of damage to Bothrid, halved because he is raging, so that will be 18 points of damage. And I also need to add 4 damage onto B for rage damage as well. So I still get annoyed that D&D Beyond doesn't do that. There we go. Now you can have your...
It's attack of opportunity because he hit something else, and that creature was in 5 feet.
Okay, so it's a feature that just gives you an attack of opportunity. Is it a reaction though?
It is a reaction.
Still a reaction, yeah.
Yeah. So I've used my reaction to do this. It's fine. Anyway, it was 27 to hit, and it's 11 points of slashing damage.
11 points of slashing damage. Sing. You open up another wound across the side of this huge great cyclops.
Oh!
It just roars at you.
I was hit by a rock, wasn't I?
Yeah.
You were.
I don't take any bludgeoning damage because I'm immune if it's not magical.
Are you immune or is it half?
Damage immunity,
I think
bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical weapons that aren't silvered.
Yep.
There you go.
Are we all pissed?
I think so.
Apparently,
must be,
I think the last few weeks of pure carnage have just gone, we don't know what to do in encounters anymore.
What is D&D? I don't know.
We're all having an off day. Anyway, okay, yes, so you can take off the...
Yeah.
So you can still have the 10 points for Armour of Agathis.
No, surely it takes them off.
That's
a magical effect outside of me. That's gone, surely.
If you want to do that, okay, I will do that.
That's a bit weird. That is. So.
Simha was there looking like, I wouldn't have. I'd have kept that.
I wouldn't have.
That's
cool.
a bit.
So the Armour of Agathis is gone. However, you then don't take any of the additional damage. So
Cool,
you
I can
would
take
have.
my Stone's Endurance and.
So it would have been 20 damage you'd have negated, but.
Yeah. So I've got back my Stone's Endurance now, so that's alright.
And the additional 6 that you lost.
Yeah, I'm back up to 161, so let me change my sheet here. Right, sorry.
Cool.
I'll stop interrupting you.
At all. That's fine. Who are we on now?
Fucking no idea.
So that was
Bothrid just
that
had
was
this
B
go, so
that went.
be
We're on to Bothrid's. So yes, back around to Bothrid, who is going to attack recklessly again. Fuck my life. So first hit, a natural 1 and a 13, so that's going to be 22 to hit. The second one, that is a unnatural 20 to hit, and then he will use his bonus action to stab in again. So that's going to be 23 to hit. So all 3 of those hits, we're going to have one of them. 12, so 14, plus 10, 24, and then an additional one of them. $24, 28, what is it? It's plus 5, 28, 33, 35 points of damage with rage damage on it. So that's going to be 35 points of slashing damage in total when I'm not minimising stuff. 35 points of slashing damage to B, or not to B. As Bothrid just again roars and stabs in with a little jab. B is not looking good. B is sort of swaying around a little bit, tongue sort of. That is Bothrid's go. C is gonna smack down twice on Dargon. First one, natural 1. Misses you entirely. Second one, rolled a fucking 2, so 11. Just smacks down the other side of you. D is then going to step up 5 feet again. 2 attacks on Cleric. First one is an wisdom saving throw.
So I've got Sanctuary up.
That's 7.
That attack's gone.
That attack's gone. It needs to do the same for all attacks, doesn't it?
Yep.
Does it not choose something else to
okay.
hit if it's in range?
It can choose something else to hit, but there's nothing else in the vicinity.
nothing else
Unless
in
it's got 15-foot range.
Yeah.
But I think it does.
No, it's got a 10-foot reach. That's it. So it's then gonna fails on the second one. So it just sort of stands there and goes to hit you and sort of.
The mask just kind of points up to him.
Yeah. Cleric.
That looks like it could be a waste. So you said B is not looking good.
No, B's, yeah, really not looking good.
There's not a lot I can do. How's Bothrid doing? Bothrid's taking some damage, hasn't he?
Bothrid's barely taking damage. Bothrid's on 110 hit points.
Because he's a boost.
Fine, then. Let me just double check. Cast a spell that affects an enemy. Okay. So I can't really do anything useful. Unless. Why not? Sanctuary is going to drop. And then I'm going to look towards B. I'm going to click my fingers and cast Toll the Dead on him.
Oh,
Yeah, a little bit of Toll the Dead.
Wisdom saving throw. Please.
8.
Oh, that's a fail, so that's 3d12 plus 5. 18, 23 points of necrotic damage.
So you turn and just click your fingers as that boom sounds out. There we go. And as that bell rings out, you can see B just tenses up and dusts away like a Thanos snap.
Nice.
B is gone.
And as my bonus action, I'll
Bothrid
cast
then
Sanctuary
turns
on
to you
myself.
and roars,
Yeah.
"He was mine!"
Well, my bonus action, I'll cast Sanctuary on myself again.
Nice.
Again. Sanctuary!
Sanctuary high level.
Anything else?
First level. That's my turn. It's a bonus
Okay,
action first
Ander.
level.
I will do the same thing. I will use steady aim to get advantage on the attack roll on letter C. Ogre C. No, Cyclops C.
Cyclops.
Here we go, here we go.
So again.
22 to hit.
Does fly true, almost next
With-
to the arrow. Just clunk.
Good, I'm aiming for the eyeball. So then 12 piercing damage.
You're aiming for the eyeball.
Yep. Oh, you've already said it landed just underneath it, so that'll do. 14
No.
sneak attack damage.
You didn't say you were aiming for the eyeball. With that, as you hit and punch into the eyeball of this Cyclops, it is now blinded.
Thank you.
Nice.
And then
Very
I
nice.
get to add an extra 1d4 because I get to use my sneak attack. So I didn't do that last time, so I will do it now. Oh, extra 1. Hope it helps.
An extra 1 point of damage to C, who now gets disadvantage on all attacks against anyone.
Nice!
And fails any ability check that requires sight. And seems
You're
sort
blind.
of rolling around. And Dargon, you would just hear, my eye, my eye!
That's alright, you've got another one. Oh, shit.
Okay, and anything else in your turn? Movement?
No, I can't move to steady aim. So that's
yes,
me
I know
done.
you can see the yellow box. That was a point. So don't worry about the yellow box. It's meant to be there.
It's alright, just checking.
Just so you guys can see the notes as well.
No, it's
Okay, so that's Anders go. Not here. Dargon.
I will attack C, please.
Okay.
Do I have advantage?
You do, because he is blinded.
Nice!
Blinded,
Blinded by the light. Hey!
Yes.
Oh, that's good, because one of them was a natural 1, but 18 to hit.
Okay, that will hit.
However, that is also a 1 on the damage, so 9 points of slashing damage.
9 points of slashing damage. I should say at this point.
Nice.
He had been bloodied and was bloodied after Anders' attack.
25 to hit.
25 to hit will definitely hit.
Oh my god. Bad rolls. 10 points of slashing damage.
10 points of slashing damage. Every little helps.
And I'm going to see if I can... No, I didn't take that one, did I? Like a twat. It's alright. I wanted to use a bonus action to hit him. But I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it. So... I will move 5 foot further forwards. And... that is it. That's my go.
Okay. Just double checking some of Bothrid's abilities. It's not Bothrid's go, but we're just having a look. It is Bothrid's go because that one's dead. So Bothrid is then going to run 5, 10, 15, 20 up to there as he's raging. He's going to do a knee slide in and is going to attempt to... I mean, he already gets... he's not going to attack recklessly on this one because getting advantage anyway. Yep, 27 to hit with the first.
Nice.
Natural 20!
Ooh, yeah. He gone.
Roll the damage for that one. So 18 plus 11, so that's 20 plus 13, that will be 33, and is then going to try and stab him as that third one, so do 33 points of damage. And leaving far away Bothrid, so then that was that last one. 28 definitely does hit, so that's going to be a 1d4 plus 5. Ugh, 8 points of additional damage for the rage damage. Yeah, Bothrid is gonna full on hamstring, like cuts the Achilles tendon of this this Cyclops with the first one, and then as it drops, just slices through the tendons of the hamstring, and then stabs in and twists, and with that hits an artery as there's just this gout of blood, and you just see sort of still clutching its eyes, just slam down to the ground, dead. That will be Bothrid's turn. D is just pissed at this point. Is going to strike down twice at Bothrid again. Sorry, Cleric.
Are we 2 or 3
That is
rounds in?
7. We are 3
yeah,
rounds
these-
in. So it fails the
Just make
first wisdom
wisdom.
saving throw.
There you go.
Fails the second one with exactly the same number, so he's just still stood there staring at the mask, just sort of. Cleric.
Yeah, I'm going to look and see whether the Dargon and Bothrid. I'm going to move away. 5, 10, 15.
Attack of opportunity. Roll wisdom saving throw first. Nah.
And with that, I will. Sanctuary is going to drop. Don't need it anymore. And I will just open my hand towards him, and I will cast a 3rd level guiding bolt. Uh, 16.
Will hit.
So that's 66. 8, 10. Ooh, 10, 19, 25 points of radiant damage.
25 points of radiant. First bit of damage that D has taken.
And he is now-
That will make it black.
A glowing. Next attack has
It's
advantage
sort
on
of black. It's very much like that dark saber effect around him. Yeah. Anything
No
else
bonus
there?
actions, then that'll be my turn.
And over to you.
I've got advantage! Woo!
You do.
Don't need
Yes,
to
you
use
do.
There you go.
I do not need to use steady aim. Here comes a natural 20 then. Are you ready?
Do it. Do it.
No, a 2 and a 4.
15 will
15.
just hit.
Wow. Jesus.
Fucking hell.
That must have been
So we've got-
close, though.
10 piercing damage, and then we have
Yep.
the sneak attack damage of 17, and then an extra d4 of 3.
Cool. As the arrow just flies, where were you aiming?
For his eye.
For his eye. Strikes in, the eye just pops, and there's just this pus and ooze and blood that starts to run down its face as it too is now blinded.
And I think I will. Do I want to? Will it have to make a saving throw before my next turn? I don't think it will. No, I'll be alright.
Okay.
I'll save it.
Dargon.
I'll save my bardic inspiration.
I know I've already got advantage on this, so I'm not using it for that, but I'm going to use my bonus action to use fainting attack. So I will sort of swing past it as it's just been hit, and then actually go in for an attack for the first one, which will give me a D8
So
to
you're going to
hit
move up
damage
closer
roll.
first.
Sorry, move 5 foot closer, my apologies. And yes, so I will now roll with advantage. But I will also be able to add my D8 superiority die. I just dropped my...
Nice. You gotta roll a 20 now then. Come on.
Where's the advantage coming from?
He's blinded.
He's blind.
Blinded.
Oh, yeah, he's blinded.
Plus,
Yeah,
I've got
sorry.
advantage if I use fainting attack anyway. But yeah.
I thought you were counting on guiding bolt.
Ooh, so close. It was a 19. So a 31 to hit.
Yeah.
That was so close. Right, so that is a... Whoops. Let's go up to there. Yeah, one of them and one of them. So
Is
that
it
is...
champion fighters where 19s count as a 20?
Yep.
Yeah, it is,
It
yeah.
is indeed.
16 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
I'll roll again with advantage. 16 plus 12, 28. For 17 points of slashing damage.
17 points of slashing damage.
Did you add your
D
D8?
very much bloodied at this point.
Only for the first one.
D8?
Yeah.
Oh, first. But you've done that.
Yeah, but that.
So you sort of step back a little bit with Timiel's wrath in hand and sort of feint away and then dart in, stab in, and then bring it out and slice across as the blazing radiant swords just slices through into D, and D sort of roars out, which you hear as, "Get off, you fucker!"
You should have let us pass, you dick.
My go.
And then that's your go. Bothrid is just going to run around again. It's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Another knee slide because it's now his token move. It's going to get advantage on all of these attacks, so he's not going to do it recklessly. First one comes in. 27. Second one comes in. Unnatural 20. So we're going to get one of them. Two of them. So 12 plus 14, 26 points of slashing damage very quickly. I'll just do that. 26 points of slashing damage. This Bothrid runs in again and goes for the Achilles tendon, slices it slightly. He's going to then do his bonus action stab. 27 to hit. So that will then be a 1d4 to 9 points additional slashing damage. And you just hear D roar again. So that will be Bothrid's go. D is then going to swing wildly, once towards Bothrid, once towards Dargon. They're going to be at disadvantage, so the one towards Dargon is an unnatural 20 to hit.
Hits.
Only 12 points of bludgeoning damage on that,
Magical.
of which you're going to take none.
Cool.
So it just smacks you on the head and you just like meet it. Like,
One of the few fights of turning into a werebear, this was one of them.
Yeah.
You haven't done it for
and
ages.
then
I know. Not been useful.
Cyclops is
It
gonna
definitely
swing
would have been
wildly
good last
towards
fight. We would have got up
Bothrid.
against fire and everything. That'd have been very bad.
16 against Bothrid. That's not going to hit Bothrid. So it just misses. And Cleric.
Told the dead.
Annoyingly,
It needs no introduction.
he hit me and missed Bothrid. If it was the other way round, I would have been able to use at least... Well, I would have been able to use 2 different reactions if I wanted to, of one of which I couldn't.
Wisdom
That is
saving throw.
a
on him.
wisdom saving throw. Unnatural
One.
1.
So, yeah.
19, 25, 30 points of necrotic damage.
How would you like to kill this creature?
Hey!
15 hit points left.
Wow. Yeah, seeing kind of the two, like Dargon and Bothrid, go around and just slashing at this creature, just gonna like look at the unexisting eye that is there anymore, and it's just gonna start there. It's just gonna be like almost like a ring around his head that then just kind of starts to melt him and eventually turn him into dust.
Like 3D
Dear,
printing in
then go.
reverse.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Quite literally. Okay, so we have got.
To run now before everyone can smoke.
Should we have a short rest here, lads?
We have about. Yeah, we still have a little
30
bit.
seconds.
You want to wait, or you want to run?
I mean, we need. The sword's not there. It's not ours to give away, so.
I see what you're
Captain
talking
Honourable.
about. Shall we wait for him to come back and all hit him at once?
Probably.
Okay.
I see the glint in Cleric's eye and I'm like, I feel ya. Let's do it.
As long as I get to sleep afterwards.
Yeah.
And as Ander utters those words, there is just this.
I want to hold my action, for him arriving.
It is not your go. It would be, if we then just did 4 rounds, it's now Anders' go. Because that was literally the end of that last round. So then we move round and then.
Yeah, but if he hasn't got to come back for 30 seconds, we can all get into a position of holding an action, can't we?
Go on then.
I don't mind. Do it wherever you like.
No, go for it. So, we'll still go for this. If you're.
You want to still go in order?
You're holding your actions. I will let you. I'll do this differently. I will say you each get a turn, almost like a surprise round, if you like, before he can react.
Yeah. So if you still want to go in initiative order, yeah.
So yeah, Ander, this. Have you moved? I'll let you. If you want to move. 30 seconds worth of movement now, so you can pretty much move anywhere.
My surprise.
Although you were talking.
I will have here, and I will cast Earth Tremor. He has to make a dexterity. Well, it's a 10-foot radius, so I'm all right. I'm not going to catch anybody else, but I'll catch him. He's got to make a dexterity saving throw, or he will fall over.
God. It's just a massacre
This is a good idea. No.
That will be a 19.
You bastard.
The new dice have finally come good.
Damn.
Nothing
So
happens
just
then.
this ground begins to shake beneath him, but being a giant, being used to sort of mountainous areas, sort of rides it and then looks down with you with this angry smirk. And in giant, although Andy, you don't understand it, Dargon, you would just hear this. I'm gonna do you first.
Gauging that he's not happy with me, even though I don't understand what he said. All I heard was slough, fluff, chunk. I will
You literally just heard this.
use my bonus action to hide.
Okay, roll me a stealth check, please.
1 billion.
Can I use a lucky point?
Okay.
What did you roll? Natural 1?
No, just in case. Oh god, the best I could do is a 13. Fucking hell!
You are not hidden.
What's that on the dice for you?
I got +8, so I rolled really shit.
Oof. Yeah.
Because I've just rolled 17 on a perception check, and even with a -2, that is still 15.
Fuck's sake.
So yeah, you
This
are
is gonna
not
go
quite
very
hidden.
well.
However, we'll say you've got half cover behind that rock. Excluding the creature for now. Dargon, your held action / surprise round.
2 attacks. Yeah, I'll use another fainting attack.
Okay.
So I will have advantage. 23 to hit. So that is 21 points of slashing damage. First one.
Slashing damage. Timir's Wrath just slices down.
Fuck me.
Just underneath its arse.
Natural 1.
Natural 1, and the second one you just sort of bring it around. And as the sword catches on the floor, and there is that sound of it. Almost sounds bell-like as Timir's Wrath strikes the floor.
Action surge.
Anything else?
It's a 30 to hit.
Okay. 30 to hit will hit.
Because I'm pissed. 16 points of slashing damage.
16.
And then a 16 to hit.
Will just about hit, yeah.
14 points of slashing damage.
14 points of slashing damage. Nicely done. Anything else?
That's it, I'm good.
That's cool. So, Bothrid then is going to attack recklessly this time. Going to get advantage on his attacks. $23. Alright, just had to double check that. So, yeah, 23 to hit for the first one. Actions. Put a second one's coming in. Got a 19, that will hit, so we'll do them two first. 13 plus 15, 28. Yeah, 28 points of slashing damage. And then, of course, the bonus action little stab, as A is now bloodied. Where have we gone? There we are. $14 misses. Oh no, sorry. Meets the armor class. So it just hits.
Nice.
Just hits.
Ooh.
So that is going to be for 9 points of additional slashing damage. Bothrid's just going to turn, stab. That will be Bothrid's go, and then over to Mr. Gravetusk.
Seeing that he is looking quite interested in Ander, I'm going to move forward. And just as he's about to move, I'll kind of slap him on the side of the knee. 4th level inflict wounds, please.
I mean, kick him while he's down, mate. Jesus.
18. I rolled a 9 on the dice. Concerned there. 18 to
Yeah, that'll hit.
60-10 coming at you. 9. 19 is quite low. 19. 23, 30, 32 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, it's quite low.
32
Above
points
half.
of
For a
necrotic
4th level inflict wounds, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just above
See
average.
the skin or the flesh around the knee just darken and shrivel as Cleric touches, and the wounds that have sort of already been caused, they just open up and begin to bleed even more. It is, however, still up. Ander, back to you. We've had our surprise round, back into normal combat now.
We all know what's going to happen, don't we? I'm going to steady aim and aim for its eyeball. And
Do you need to steady aim?
I want to.
Probably.
If I get
for
that 20,
advantage,
why not?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot you don't get advantage
would.
with you standing next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to shut up.
21 to
I mean, you
hit.
can still use the sneak attack because you're engaged.
Yeah,
But because
that's
it's
the bit I always get
engaged,
confused
Yeah.
with, because you can get sneak attack on
I'm
advantage,
doing it
and
for
I
nat
forget the other way
20s,
around.
basically.
It's just-
Yeah.
Doing it for the glory.
15 piercing marge with
Yeah.
then sneak attack damage of 16 and a little d4 just to top it off with an extra 4.
How would you like to kill this Cyclops?
Yes! So the arrow is going to go through its eye, out of the back of its head. But then it's not going to go all the way, and it's going to stop and then dangle with a bit of brain on it just at the back of its head like that.
Love it. So you take that moment to just stop. And the arrow just flies, and you almost in slow motion you watch as it spirals towards the eye, and even the Cyclops at this point, bloodied, and just sort of looks. Whoa. Eye explodes. Arrow punches out the back with this bit of greyish material, and as it sort of the feathers just catch in this sort of matted hair that is on the back of the head, and it just dangles, slaps onto the back of the Cyclops, and whatever grey matter was on the tip of the arrow just slides down the back of the Cyclops as it just crumples to its knees and then slumps to the side, making the ground shake as it does, and we are out of combat. The sword that you gave it is just laid sort of underneath one of the arms at this point where it's collapsed.
I'll have to take it back, won't I?
Within like a couple of seconds, I turn back into a normal Dargon.
Bothrid is going to come out of his rage.
You see, guys, diplomacy always works well.
Mm-hmm.
Bothrid just
Can I
looks.
please?
Can't hear you somehow. You're muted.
10% of the time works every time.
Yeah. How are ya?
Bothrid just looks at you as you've shrunk back down into Dargon form. Can we just hit them next time?
I mean, if we're going to blame anyone, I blame the translator. Now can we go to bed?
I perfectly told your story. It was mint. I have to say though, Cleric, I like your bloodlust. I don't know where it's come from, but I think we're going to need it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I agree with Ander though, we should set up camp.
Well, I'm guessing that no other creatures are going to come near here. If they know of what was here, they ain't coming anytime soon. Good plan. Let's rest up.
Okay. And I'll say for the sake of this, you have been travelling for pretty much almost a day, and the sun is now beginning to sort of set. As you set up camp, Bothrid hands out various rations, and are you just camping out in the air? Open air? Has anybody got a tent?
Nope.
Believe
I've got a bedroll now. I found that adventurous pack. I've actually got equipment again.
Yep.
I'll just rest up against one of the rocks.
Yeah.
Okay. You can feel that there is a definite chill to the air at this point as well.
Can I use the loincloths of the Cyclopses?
I was actually going to say, make me a quick investigation check, please.
So if I'm just scanning the area, I can't use my goggles. It's only when I'm up close to something I can use them goggles. 13.
You are... I would say you're up close to this creature. But you're not making a perception check, are you? You make an investigation check. I don't know if that makes a difference.
The goggles of minute, basically, if I'm investigating something within a foot of me, I get advantage on the check.
Oh yeah, I'd say you've walked up to this Cyclops and you're investigating. You notice that the sort of the wrist wraps that they wear, although they're covered in guts and grime and just dirt, they are made of sort of woolen material and hide. They would probably give you enough warmth if you wrap yourself in them.
I think I did get some furs from a shop, but I will use them as well for doubly warmth.
Okay.
I'm only a slender lad.
Cool.
And offer anybody else
Bothrid's got his Chimera cloak, but he's also going to do the same, having seen you do it. Are you lighting a campfire, or are you just having the rations and bedding down?
Probably lighting a campfire, right? Might get a bit
Wow.
cold.
Yeah.
While we're eating, can I take the opportunity to unattune from my dancing rapier and attune to my acid resistance studded leather armor, please?
You can indeed.
I want to keep Ring
So
of Counter
I'm
spell.
assuming you then just place the
For sure.
dancing rapier into your bag, having
Of holding.
unattuned to it.
Yeah.
Cool. So the dancing rapier just slides into the bag. Cool. So you light a fire, and we will say for tonight, you bed down to sleep. We'll address this particular night next week, but for that, let's call it a night. Cool. So, once again, happy birthday to Samal. Hope you enjoyed that. It was a bit of fun with trying to parlay with some Cyclopes, whatever you want to call them there. What's the plural of Cyclops? Reach out to us, let us know. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I know there's been some moments where even I just totally forgot how to play D&D, generally. Who knows? It happens. We all have those days. Anyway, thank you to all the tools we've used, so I won't go through them again. You heard them all at the beginning, but you can see how some of them very quickly allow us to adapt to changing conditions within the game and different decisions that are made, so really, really useful to have those at hand. Encounter Builder, Incarnate, Owlbear Radio, those types of things. So thank you to them. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you to my awesome players. Been a great episode post sort of chaos that we had with the anniversary episode and the episode before that, to be fair. So a little bit of light relief with some Cyclops there. Definitely didn't go amiss, I don't think. So the competition is still running. When we hit those 50 followers, there will be a chance for one follower to design an NPC to feature in our game. So if you're not already following us on Twitch, please do so. Don't miss out on that opportunity to contribute to our game. We would love to see what you guys can come up with and see how crazy it's going to be. I have no doubt it's going to be a lot of fun. But with that, we've been the Molten Magic crew. This has been episode 53 of the Forgotten Kingdom of Nihilin. Much love to you all. Stay safe, and we will see you next week.